One area of our business where we impact the local communities pretty heavily is the school systems. So we work for school systems all over the northern part of the state of New Jersey. We operate their water systems, their wastewater systems. We do a lot of their permitting and compliance work, and we ensure that the water that the kids drink is clean. We go out and do the sampling to ensure that it's not contaminated. And we also treat the wastewater that's being generated at a lot of these facilities as well before it gets discharged to the environment. So we are supporting the local community through supporting the boards of education and the local school systems.
For the finest in vinyl siding, rain gutters, overhangs, storm and replacement windows, even patios and decks, trust in the experts at Ultimate Siding and Gutters. In addition to being licensed and insured, our technicians are also friendly and courteous, performing hassle-free service and installation at affordable rates. Plus, we provide free estimates for commercial and residential structures. Our entire staff will exceed your expectations. For the ultimate in siding, gutters, and much more, call Ultimate Siding and Gutters today.
Alright, welcome everyone to SimTrax Broadcasting, coming to you live with Racing Revolution as they're getting warmed up on the track as they will be racing under the lights for tonight's competition. Patrick Morrison and Stella in the booth. And Stella, get your clipboard ready. Plenty of things to announce today, but let's get started on last week. The Monster Mile. Dover International Speedway claimed many victims as 200 laps took its toll on the cars and the drivers. If there was one thing that took a beating, it was the tires, and that is exactly what determined the entire race. The first stage, Alex Berube laid down some blazing fast times and separated the field by over 2.5 seconds, but a speeding penalty into pit road put him over 2 laps down. Robert Rader and Grant Thorpe made connection out on the track, and not in a good way, and wrecked each other, causing the only caution for the race. But lurking in the background was James Loveland in the 0-2 car. Came from behind and overtook Ted Rekich with less than 15 laps to go. Brandon Richardson came in a respectable third, but is yet to secure a win. Loveland's win advanced him into the playoffs, and now as we are well over halfway into the regular season. We leave Delaware behind us, and let's look at tonight, where we head into Concord, North Carolina. Charlotte Motor Speedway is where we land tonight, making tonight the longest race of the year. Opened in 1960, Bretton Smith and driving legend Curtis Turner launched the longest race in history, the World 600. Definitely something to see here at Charlotte, guys. Definitely a good one that we're looking for tonight. Just after a year, a large rock formation in the infield destroyed their dreams of reaching that 1.5-mile track. Charlotte has done a lot of things on the market that has become state-of-the-art technology. Such things as holding the first ever night race, and Stella, I think you know a little bit about that.
It is always innovating. They were the first to install a 1,200 fixture permanent lighting system that was developed by Musco Lighting at the cost of $1.7 million. This revolutionary lighting process, though, uses mirrors to simulate daylight without the glare, shadows, or those obtrusive light poles. That lighting system was installed all the way back in 1992, allowing Charlotte to be the first modern super speedway to host night auto racing.
Yeah, something also to keep in mind as we're taking a look here at a couple pictures of Charlotte underneath the lights. On the backstretch, they have the second largest screen that spans, I believe, over 200 feet. Stella, you got exact dimensions on that, or what we're talking about here?
It is crazy big, 200 feet wide and 80 feet tall. It's got 9 million LED bulbs. And for a while, do you know, the Charlotte even held the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest HD TV at a sporting event? I mean, that's 16,000 square feet.
Wow. Yeah, and we're taking a little look here at the picture as well. You kind of see the difference between the TV and the cars on the track. Makes the cars definitely look a lot smaller. And I believe Charlotte has also developed a roval on the inside of this track. This configuration is a 17-turn, 2.28-mile track that became a NASCAR trademark. So
Yeah,
go ahead.
the unique circuit it was the first one to host the road course race in the history of the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. And it remains the only road course in NASCAR in which race fans can see every turn from the main grandstands.
Yeah, but hardships still continue, especially on the track, when in 2010 a sinkhole opened up in the infield when a drainage pipe underneath collapsed. No one was hurt and no races were canceled, and talk about a speedy fix. Charlotte remains one of my favorite tracks of all time. Yeah, definitely up there. Go ahead. Yeah, I was going to say, how deep was that hole? That thing looks pretty big here.
It was insane, yeah. That's 75 feet long and 35 feet deep. It was big enough to lower the equipment down into it. Between that drain pipe and the rains from the tropical storm, and the whole camping area was built on a landfill. That's what you get.
Oh, so yeah, talk about going broke first at filing bankruptcy for a rock formation and then building on a landfill after that. Definitely not the way to go. Let's take a look here as we're already looking at what we've got showing up here so far in the background. These guys starting to get squared up and ready to go. Over 25 drivers excited about tonight as we wait for the sun to go down and turn the lights on for the Simtrax Barrett's Disease Awareness 300. And let's go ahead and talk about that for a moment. I do not have a fancy car out on the track, so I can't do that, so this will be the best way to talk to you guys. Let's go ahead and chat up what we've got going on here so far, guys. Out here on the track, did you know that heartburn can cause cancer? The type of esophageal cancer caused by reflux disease is increasing at a faster rate than any other cancer in the U.S. Sadly, those who catch their cancer at the earliest stages are likely to be cured, so finding this cancer is very important. don't think it's that important to be checked. Let's talk some numbers. Gastroesophageal reflux disease, or we'll call it GERD for short, affects an estimated 25 to 30% of the U.S. population. Barrett's disease results in long-term damage to the esophagus from this acid reflux, and these patients have a 30 to 125 times greater risk in developing esophageal cancer. 44% of Barrett's patients lack consistent, severe GRD or GERD symptoms. So if you have issues with heartburn, talk to your doctor about your symptoms. Frequent endoscopies may be recommended if you're at risk. And really, something to keep in mind here, guys. Let me kind of catch back up here. Yeah, which brings this actually to a personal level at this point. And some of you may know somebody who has been affected. This is my father right there, kind of funny guy. 6'5", silly guy with a big heart. He served 22.5 years in the Coast Guard, worked with NASA headquarters and for the FAA, all while earning his doctorate and raising 2 kids with my mom. We spent little bits of time together, but when we did, it counted. Doing such things as going to baseball or football games or pulling a motor like you guys see here. Definitely, it was pretty funny, I tell you. If there was somebody who's not mechanically inclined, it was him. One time I caught him yelling at a bicycle when he couldn't figure out why they would use metric sizes. But man, he did his best, the best he could, especially obviously outsizing me by something fierce. But he took me to my first NASCAR driving experience. The Richard Petty one to be exact, and you would have guessed it, at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We discussed better ways to get better, and he bet me that I couldn't hit the lead car that I was following most of that morning. But 12 years later, this awful disease got a hold of him, and in 18 months took him away from our family last December. He never saw me race again, not in the car, sim rig, nor did I ever get input on what he thought about the broadcasts that I put on each and every night that you guys see. I miss our times drinking at the bar and solving the world's problems, and cherish that time I had with him forever. He is missed dearly at home and in his professional career. So, miss you out there, Pop. Alright, so guys, I'm serious. Take a look at this. Visit getchecked.org for more information about Barrett's disease. This is, to me, from this angle, I know a lot of guys out there kind of brush this off, but to me, this is real time. This is something you really got to take a look at. And speaking of checking things out, let's go ahead and take a look at what we have out there on the track for tonight in our race conditions. Already on the track as these guys are getting underway for qualifying here. Charlotte Motor Speedway, let's look at it. 200 laps we're going to have here. Stage breaks will be at 50 and 100, so that will also mean they'll have 7 sets of tires for lane. No problems with that, but keep in mind, Racing Revolution, no fast repairs. So they don't play any games here. You got to race to win it. And talking about winning, $20 to the winner of this race and $20 to the best throwback scheme. So, once again, so these drivers are racing for money tonight, winner, and the second part will actually be up to you guys. Charlotte in the Racing Revolution schedule has been named the Throwback Week. Some guys choose their favorite driver or something they have driven before. So let's keep an eye out there in the chat, and the vote is up to you. I've chosen the top 5 guys I like, and let's let you vote and determine who wins. Obviously, votes will be tallied, and the winner will be announced at the end of Stage 2. Let's take a look at what these guys are rocking out here tonight as we get going around this track.
I see Justice. Whoop. And then he was gone.
everybody, and we're coming back. That was kind of a little montage there we kind of threw together there for you. That way you can kind of see who's out here on the track getting squared away. Best times here so far out there on the track. Robert Rader with the fastest time so far with a 30.4. Earhart and Burns not far behind.
No, it looks like they've gone to the thousandths to be able to figure out who's running number 2 and 3.
Yeah, definitely squeezing together for sure. Jeremy Burns was a little faster in 1 and 2, but slower in 3 and 4. So that ended up getting Earhart to squeeze through. Trying to see if we got anybody else out there on the track. 2, 3, 4, 5, 25 guys squared away for this one. And right now I've only got about
21.
21 that's qualified. Yeah, right now I'm not seeing Kynan Jones, Jeremy Talley, Alex Kenton, or Grant Thorpe. These guys have yet to come out onto the track, but hopefully we'll see them. And we'll see him here, one of these guys here in Winter Circle that we're seeing here on our screen right now, where they will end up.
Well, Sean Latton's out there saying the cars look awesome. So he liked all that work you put in doing the back and forth between the originals and the sim racing paint.
Righto. All right, let's go ahead and get straight to it here, where these guys are lining up here for the race tonight. Rob Rader and Trevor Earhart starting in the front row. Jeremy Burns starting in the second row with Caleb Gilbert to his outside. Parker Johnson starting 5th with John Fike in 6th. Justice Murphy 7th. Nick Alves 8th. For the 4th row, rounding out the 5th row will be James Loveland and Al Likens finishing out the top 10. That moves us to the back half of the field with most of these other guys. Travis Gilbert in 11th. David Buell in the 12th position. So they're going to have to fight their way back toward the front. Ted Rekich starting 13th. Kevin Orlando 14th. Jacob Sirkovich. Haven't seen him in a little while in 15th with Logan Romney in the 16th position in the number 11 car. We'll take a look at him in the Cale Yarborough scheme. Blake Cook in 17th. Michael Bennett 18th. Tay McDonald starting 19th. And Chad Lancaster 20th. That'll go ahead and bring us to Adam Bowden in 21st. Grant Thorpe 22nd. Kynan Jones starting in 23rd. Back here toward the back. Alex Kenton will be 24th. Now these guys are going to get started out there on the track. Let's go ahead and get that grid out of our way so you guys can kind of take a peek from the outside. With them being all mushed together, you can't really see it, but let me see if I can get something just a hair bit closer here with Rob. We'll start with Rob. Take a look at how he's doing in the, I believe that was Bob Burdick. Is who's running here tonight?
It is. That's the only man to win a NASCAR Cup Series in the number 53. He found his one and only.
Yeah, but definitely from back then in the only Cup Series in 53. Right now, the way Robert Rader's been driving, there would be multiple wins here so far. There's Trevor Earhart and the Die-Hard car. Here's Jeremy Burns. I think he's running the Casey Kane scheme, but he's actually celebrating 4 years with Team Disconnect.
Yeah, and that logo is the throwback to their original.
All right, Caleb Gilbert here. Starting actually in the Coors Light. That looks like Sterling Marlin.
Yep.
All right. John Fike. All right. Parker Johnston here. Looks like he's doing a kind of a throwback to himself. I think he normally runs a white scheme. He's in a blue scheme. Nick Alves in the outlawed T-Rex car for Jeff Gordon, who raced that car only at this track. It was outlawed immediately right after that. So Justice Murphy here in the Ryan Newman scheme, number 12. Let's see how James Loveland is. There he is. I think that's Tony Stewart's scheme. In the Burger King.
That's actually one of the 2 Tony Stewart cars on the track tonight. But this one is from the 2011 year that he won his 3rd career Sprint Cup championship.
All right, Al Likens here. Travis Gilbert. David Buell. Richard Petty scheme, like it. Ted Rekich.
Woohoo!
Cigar Company. Kevin Orlando running the Tonka truck. Jacob
like
Sirkovich in the 18th. Logan Romney in 16th. Blake Cook 17th. Michael Bennett 14th, or 18th here, and I think we're about under green here. Trying to mow through these guys here pretty quick. Chad Lancaster. Yeah, we'll talk about Adam Bowden here in a little bit. I see Grant Thorpe gets to go ahead and save the Dollar General 77, and Alex Kenton back here actually doing a throwback of a throwback in the back. I think that's actually a Dale Earnhardt throwback of the 88 that was a throwback actually of Darrell Waltrip. All right.
Creative.
Yep, let's go ahead and get straight back up toward the front here at Charlotte. The green flag was out earlier. Let's go ahead and get that tower up right now so you guys know the guys are already shuffling out here on the track. Raiders drop back into the second position as Earhart got the run on the green flag as he pushed his way through. 200 laps lined up for this one. My moderator out there in the chat going to be taking all your guys' votes here so far. Like I said, the winner gets $20 tonight just for winning the race, and another $20 to whoever has the best throwback scheme, determined by you guys out there in the chat. Not me, you. So it is up to you guys to figure it out. My moderator is watching out there in the chat. Yes, Patience, you're allowed to vote. But we are looking at Robert Raider here, dialed behind Trevor Earhart. I believe Caleb Gilbert trying to make a quick move here on Jeremy Burns on the inside. Let's get a little closer and watch how he's getting ready to squeeze this through the turn. Jeremy Burns gets a heck of a run into turn 3 and 4 as they wind up here for the tunnel turn here, Stella.
Yeah, I'm watching PJ. He's getting a nice little door draft going there.
Yeah, definitely working his way toward the front. Fourth position is where he's... fifth position is where he started, but fourth is where he's holding out right now. Don't count Robert Raider out on this one. He's definitely tough at this track. If anybody remembers anything from last year, definitely something to see from him. He actually put some of the biggest times out there for that race. If I can see if I can find exactly what happened here. I knew I believe Ray Lane led almost 109 laps of that race. And Robert Raider came back and beat him by about 22 seconds.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, definitely. So Rob not taking off here and actually leaving the field, I'm not surprised. He is tire conservation 101 here at this track, and he's going to make it happen once again. I'm hoping to really put down some fast times. But right now, Jeremy Burns, the mountain man, has broken into the lead. Outside line is forming up quite nicely for him. So Team Disconnect about to go ahead and lead his first lap, and he did. Diving into turn 1, no problem for the number 9 car. You just see how he kind of carries the speed through, and watch the turn exit here as he might just be able to clear Trevor Earhart, and he does.
Very well done.
Yeah, looking pretty good here so far. Robert Raider has dialed all the way back to 6th position now, and Jeremy Burns taking off. And like I was saying before, some of these guys, they have 7 sets of tires, but really when to use them, do you wait? I mean, if we're going to have our first stage at 50, so we're going to see a good mashup there. I'm assuming tires at 50, but can they make it all 50 laps before they need fuel? Jeremy Burns leading the race. Let's rotate back here actually around that Caleb and Travis Gilbert area, the 30, 341, and the 40. Whoa, man, Parker almost takes the nose off the 341 car. Haven't seen Travis Gilbert in almost most of the year here, but glad he is able to show up here for one of the biggest races. I hope he's been practicing because his endurance is going to be tested here tonight.
Absolutely. Right now I'm watching Caleb Gilbert. He's making some nice time going there. He's in 5th.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Looks like David Buell and Grant Thorpe. Something's happened to these guys here in the back.
Oh.
I want to try to take a quick look at it. Back on lap 4. Oof!
Heavens, don't be doing that to the iconic Richard Petty car this early.
Yeah, let me see if I can kind of squeeze that back just a little farther and see what happened here. That didn't look good for Mr. Buell. I think he may have had a connection with one of these other drivers here toward the front, and I would, if I were him this early in the race, I would not be happy about that. Let's take a look. Looks like the number 4, Blake Cook, gets into the back of him here.
Ah.
Kenton bumps him. 73 Atay gets out of the way. Oh, boy. Yeah, I don't know about that. I think that almost looked like frustration trying to get to the infield there. Let's go ahead and get us back live.
He got to the infield. He just happened to to take somebody with him.
Yeah, Grant Thorpe in the Dollar General car now in 23rd position. Right now, 3 laps down. Buell is only 1 lap down, so he retains toward the front. It looks like Grant Thorpe took a massive shot during that turn and was just unable to get it done. Right now, Jeremy Talley and Kynan Jones are not running here in the race tonight. They may have been able to practice, but no can do. Let's rotate back to the front where Jeremy Burns is still leading this race here in front of Trevor Earhart. Only up about a quarter of a second off these guys. You see definitely some good separation here so far. But who's not separating is Caleb Gilbert as we're chasing alongside of him. Heading through 3 and 4 on the bottom side. Yeah, Caleb kind of battling it out here with Travis Gilbert. They are not related, but they are still battling like they're brothers at this point. I'm waiting for him to start trading just a little bit of paint here, but Parker Johnson's got to make a choice. He's got to figure out what lane he wants to run on this turn.
Yeah, well, it looks like he's picked Caleb's run down low.
Yep, looks like he's going to take the bottom side here and see if he can go ahead and push the 40 of Caleb Gilbert a little farther out. But without that draft, he's kind of getting hung out to dry here. Raider now back to 7th. Right now, on the move. Biggest mover of the race is Logan Romney here in the 11. I know his paint scheme looks a little different than the Cale Yarborough scheme we were aiming for here. In the 11 car. Battling here on the outside of actually Rob Raider. Like I said, Romney was actually biggest mover, up 10 positions here so far. So starting back in the 16th position, now he's fighting his way back toward the front. Not too shabby out of him, but Justice Murphy might have a little something to say about that. As you can see that Ryan Newman paint scheme sneaking in from the into the inside, following along that 53.
Yeah, that is definitely not the Busch car I expected to see.
Yeah, I know. I was kind of excited about that Cale Yarborough car, but it may have,
Yeah.
maybe a little glitch in the Matrix, man. But we are getting diving down here, and Justice Murphy feeling a little more confident than he was Monday night. He didn't want to race dirt in the Monday Monstrosity League that they hold here in the Racing Revolution League. Feeling a lot more confident here at Charlotte, but man, Stella, 200 laps here. This has definitely got to put kind of take your toll. People are going to be getting hungry and getting thirsty, and with as many seats that are out there, I'm kind of wondering, when is break time?
Yeah, we've got 2 stage breaks, if that's what you're talking about, at 50 and 100. But at this stadium, they have 95,000 seats just for this track. That's a lot of happy, excited fans.
Yeah, definitely happy and excited, and what better way to spend it here at Charlotte. And you guys out at home, being able to kind of tune in and check out this one. Guys, I'm not seeing that voting start getting going here. I'm seeing it slow down.
We have a few. We've got some number 9s. We've got a 27, a 48. Oh yeah, we've got a little bit of attendance out there.
Alrighty, well, it definitely looks like Jeremy Burns so far may have the lead, if I'm not mistaken, in that charge toward the front.
I will leave that to your wife.
Yeah, we're gonna see what she can tally up. I would probably vote here for that number 24 car. Just the historic value behind that one. I know some people don't have the not fan of the Rainbow Warrior and Jeff Gordon, but I am a fan of the car itself. Like I said, it ran one race here, and it was the All-Star race. Jeff Gordon was middle of the field and won the first stage, so obviously first stage then inverts. He won the second stage, it inverted again, and came back and won the third, second to last place, and blew the field away by 6.5 seconds. After the race, they called him up. Car was built to spec, passed everything, and they still outlawed the car for it being a big spring car, and it never raced and never saw pavement ever again. So right now, that outlawed T-Rex car is my vote here tonight.
That's a shame because I was going to steal that one.
Well, I'm sure he could use a couple more votes here. Right now, yeah, that 24. I'm excited to see if maybe he can kind of conjure up a little luck here for Nick Alves, get pushed his way toward the front. Right now, he's fallen back only one position in that Chevrolet, and he's back in the 9th, still top 10 finish. And I know Nick Alves wants more. I'm just waiting for his lucky break. When is it going to happen, and when is he going to be able to push his way actually for a top 3, if not a win?
Yeah, I've been trying to hunt down Tay McDonald here. I want to see that 73 car.
Yeah, the 73 of Tay McDonald. I know he's actually doing a throwback scheme as well.
Way back.
How way back are we talking?
Well, I just think it's pretty cool that he found his same number on a Johnny Beauchamp car. It's an oldie but a goodie. I mean, he had 23 starts, 10 top tens, let's see, 7 top fives, and 2 victories. So he has some potential.
Yeah, not too shabby. Right now, I think Tay McDonald may be praying actually for a caution here. I know he's kind of battling his way back toward the front. I think he got tangled up in that last wreck. You do see he has some front end damage to the front of his car here, and he's gonna really have to kind of dial in where he needs to kind of put this car to get his way toward the front. Let's see if we can take a look here actually at Tay McDonald out there on the track. There he is. So he seems to be getting through the muck of the rest of the field here. Definitely not an easy task, not by any means.
Yeah, he's having some kind of aerodynamic trouble because I can't imagine going down the straightaway and weaving from left to right like that with with a car that's still squared up.
Yeah, definitely. And he is Tay McDonald. Like I said, he's fallen off a good bit. I know he's about I believe about 14 seconds off pace right now. I hate to kind of beat up on the guy, but I think like I said, that front end damage is really taking its toll at this point. And he's got a hard race to run here, and really you don't like getting smashed to pieces right there at the beginning. So that's going to be tough for Tay McDonald. Best of luck to him. Hopefully he's able to charge back toward the front in the 73. Alex.
Well, I'll make him feel better. He's rocking a good beard.
Yep, looks good, especially for Movember. And here we go. And taking another look here at Alex Kenton, actually, here toward the front. Now, I'm almost getting ahead of myself. Do you realize we've lost the lead here? Jeremy Burns has fallen back to the 9th position.
No, 6th position.
Well, he's fallen back. Yeah, the number 9 car has fallen back to the 6th position. He has lost the lead. Trevor Earhart has taken it back over. And now he's starting to put distance on the field of about 3/4 of a second here off Caleb Gilbert, who's running the number 40 Sterling Marlin machine out there. Hopefully we'll see how well Caleb can get it done. Right now, Trevor Earhart, he's just cruising along, making it happen once again up toward the front. Seems to know exactly what he's doing. Nice placement of the hat once again. I love it. And I always like being able to get these little camera angles. You kind of see how people drive out there, how it looks, and things like that. So it looks like he has a single screen set up, racing with the gloves, got a nice racing seat. So some people do it a little bit different, Some have a big rig, others, bolt to the side of the desk, and they can still win. So right now, seems his setup is working best for him right now as he's getting his way right down the backstretch here. Really no problems at this point.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing that he can see what he needs to see, as well as having all that, we'll call it data, in front of him on the side of the screen.
Yeah, you definitely see him looking around. I think he's starting to think pit strategy at this point. How far is he going to make it on fuel here for the rest of the night? Parker Johnston has moved up into the 2nd position, but not for long as James Loveland has fallen off here. Pit stops are starting to happen. Justice Murphy, Kevin Orlando, guys are starting to head down pit at this point. Looking pretty, ooh boy. And Kevin Orlando just overshot. Man. I hate when I tune into somebody right when they mess up. Adam Bowden starting to squeak out of pit. Rader out of pit. So Robert Rader last pit on lap 25, and here we go. Fresh set of tires, and away he goes. And interesting to see them take tires so soon.
Well, I think they're looking at 7. Why not?
But man, if we're taking it every 25, we're going to be out of tires before we make it to 150 laps.
Touche.
Yeah, so that's going to be a pretty hard stretch for some of these drivers out there, really, to kind of contemplate how they're going to continue conquering this track. I would probably, if for me, go ahead and kind of tuck my tail. Don't take tires in this first stage and save some for the final shootout toward the end. But if this thing goes green flag like it did last time, that's going to be tough.
Yeah, that's when the big-time strategy starts to work.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're taking a look at these guys getting around the track, you start to see how this field's starting to separate a good bit here.
Yeah, maybe they can stay out of trouble.
Yeah, so far so good. I believe James Loveland Parker Johnston, Nick Alves, these guys have yet to come down pit here so far, trying to stretch it out just a little farther than they need to. But that's okay. Stage break is at 50. So 20 more laps to get it done. I'm assuming probably a green flag stop here. Nick Alves is back finally into a podium position here for third. But he's still got 170 laps before we're finished.
Yeah. Well, that's why we always tried some of these leagues where they're going 3 and 4 wide, and they're on the first to 300 laps.
Watch this.
Oh, wow.
Yes, just goes to show you what fresh tires will do here. Raider just flossing through the field and away he goes. Now, Raider is down a lap.
But that's only until the leaders come to pit.
Right. So right now, most of the field is down a lap at this point. James Loveland's still out there. And that is who he's getting ready to pass. If that's the case, Raider's going to pass him, get his lap back. Put him back on the lead, which right now, if he can scurry past Jeremy Burns here, who's sitting in pit. Yeah, Jeremy Burns is going to be way in the back. Way in the back as Raider is now taking off. As soon as these leaders pit at this point, I think Raider will be the first one out.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've ever seen anybody take their pit stop and still pass the ones that didn't pit.
Yeah.
Normally you see the whole tower go loop-de-loop-de-loop-de when the leaders finally come in and everybody gets their lap back, but he just did it on his own.
Yeah, Raider is a second and a half faster than the rest of the field. 31.1 was his last time. Nick Alves just ran a 32.87. And right now, Nick Alves has the lead at this point, falling off big time now. Caleb Gilbert just did the fastest time of his night here tonight with a 30.81. So super fast out of that 40 machine, not too far behind Robert Raider here, as he's trying to play catch-up, but they are part of the Four-Star Industries team, so these guys are definitely working their way together.
And Caleb has come down to the pit already.
Yes. Caleb pit the exact same time Raider did. Both of those guys both on 25 as they get going. Now, what my curiosity would be is when he retains the lead, which Alves is down pit right now, how far is everybody else behind at this point? How far is this going to kind of set some of these guys back? What are we expected to see? And we take a little look here at Robert Raider kind of driving around the track here at home.
Well, Alves just went in, and so far Gilbert's the only one on this side of the planet with Raider.
Yeah, at least that close. Earhart is 2.5 seconds off, but Trevor did pit on lap 27, so will two laps fresher tires matter at this point? We'll have to see. The only person I see at this point right now who has decided to short pit is Justice Murphy here in the number 12 car. He's got it under control. He knows exactly what he's got to get done here, but saving an extra set of tires, like I said, from my perspective, that's the way to go. Wait till lap 50, and I'll be taking my first set of tires, and everybody else will be on their second. Justice Murphy is still right now sitting in top 5.
Yeah.
With a short pit, and still holding decent amount of time. Right now, I think his last time was a 32.77. He's about a second slower than the rest of the field. I think James Loveland, there he goes. Yeah, he's going to catch him here. Jeremy Burns will be next. So right now, yeah, good checks here by Justice Murphy, making sure to kind of stay out of the way, but still maintain in contention, running toward the front. Of course, Jeremy Burns being our last guy that passed him. Let's take a look here at Jeremy Burns, see how concentrated he is out there. Kind of like Jeremy Burns, very compact, but his room is not.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering if there was a science project going on in there somewhere.
Well, definitely racing in the college series and here in the Racing Revolution with Team Disconnect. This is it's something. He's really got his hands full out there. That is for sure. Of course, during this race, we'll run into our driver mashup again. The see your driver situation, but we'll do that a little bit later in the race, probably after our second stage when we announce the winner. Earhart Group LLC, I'm going to automatically assume your vote is for Trevor Earhart in the 21. I love it. Trevor Earhart in the 21 is looking good.
I was just going to let you know they were out there, and They were looking at that. He took his scheme off of the 1995 P.J. Jones paint scheme, actually from a Chevy C 1500 truck from the Truck Series.
Oh, that's not too bad. I was gonna say, didn't
Oh.
P.J. Jones catch on fire on the race? I think that truck.
Oh.
I think that truck burned to the ground at one point.
Yes, I'm afraid it did. But let's think happy thoughts.
That's okay. There are a lot of drivers out here, that I mean, cars burst into flames. It's what can you do when you're running over 110 octane at over 180 miles an hour? One scrape, one bad fuel line, when something breaks, one wreck, it can cause a lot of problems. Especially sometimes if you consider brakes. You get these rotors glowing red hot. Something bound to catch on fire. I think I went to a Darlington race and actually saw 3 cars catch on fire that race. That was wild.
Oh my.
Yeah,
that's actually worrisome.
Yeah, I think Kyle Busch actually blew his engine up at that race too. Didn't even go to the infield care center. You think he had enough of Joe Gibbs racing there. But back to the race here. Right now, Trevor Earhart in 3rd, Caleb Gilbert 2nd, and Raider. The only person that's even close right now is Caleb Gilbert in the 40. I expect these guys to kind of work together to make it to this first stage.
Earhart at least is making some end runs on the front too.
Yes, he was behind by 2.5 seconds here. And right now, if you see the separation between 1, 2, 3, and then look at Loveland back and forth. I mean, 8 seconds behind. That's looking pretty rough. So, from the outside looking in, stages, this is good. I've got to figure out how to pit better. I've got to figure out how not to miss the box. I got to, figure out what to do to catch back up to these guys. But it looks like a slight battle for the lead here. Caleb Gilbert taking a sniff here toward the bottom.
I am digging that silver Coors paint.
Yeah, that's definitely looking really fresh on that car.
I mean, he looks like a can. It's awesome.
Yeah, Sterling Marlin, one of the great drivers out there. Unfortunately, he ended up in the final race of Dale Earnhardt's career. I know he got a lot of heat for that, but it was not intentional. I'm sure he wishes he could undo that day for sure. Definitely wouldn't want to be there.
Yeah, it was not a pretty sight, but bumpers bump, and but for fans to send hate mail and death threats from one drive, the fact that Earhart, wow, sorry, I'm watching, that Earnhardt was so beloved, I think, is what caused everybody to have such an emotional, visceral response to the bump and the eventual, colliding with the wall.
Yeah.
But it wasn't anybody's fault. He was cleared by NASCAR.
Yeah, no wrongdoing or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. Ooh, Trevor, easy. As you see him almost make connection with the wall coming out of 2. Right now, Trevor Earhart on fire right now. He is flying around this track. Yeah, Robert Raider kind of said, hey, buddy, he kind of told Caleb, hey, man, I might need you to get out of my way for a second. Let me stay out in front of the 21, because right now he's on the move. The 21 machine gathering up that draft as he dials into 1 and 2. Here he comes. High side 53, backs up the turn a little bit. And he's going to roll on out of the turn in front of the 21. But does Trevor Earhart cross him up? Looks like these two guys are going to calm it down here just a little. Oh, no, it doesn't.
No.
Boy, does this look familiar.
Oh, yes. I'm going outside to pass you. No, I'm going inside. Days of Thunder.
Yep. Well, definitely. Well, even staying with Racing Revolution here, this is a lot of what we saw at Pocono. These guys, remember, they were flying toward the bottom, back toward the top, back toward the bottom, trying to break the draft of the other guy. So right now, great driving here so far. 21 gets a little loose. And I think Raider was kind of expecting that. No, he can't drive that white painted line, so squeeze him down toward the bottom and make him check up, and he does. A Raider, that is going to be short-lived at this point. Raider going to get close to that door. There he goes. Trevor Earhart wanting to roll out of the turn, but the 53 holding him down. Great battle for the lead here as we only got 3 left to go here in the stage.
That almost looked like Raider touched the wall.
Yeah, that tunnel turn definitely gets kind of squeezy there at the end, coming toward the finish line. Definitely something to keep an eye out for. Ooh, man. Trevor Earhart is enjoying watching this 53. Right now, Raider's loose.
Yes.
Wow, great collection. Great collection there by Raider. Go ahead, man. To me, hang your hat. Let's go ahead and get them next stage, because I'm interested to see, these guys took tires. Now we're seeing Raider sliding around here at the end of the stage where tires have got to be a must.
Yeah, well, they've only got 2 more laps before our break, and I kind of foresee everyone coming in.
Absolutely. You have to. The last thing you want to do is not have enough fuel out there while everybody else is running fast and you're pitting. You want to wait till everybody else is running slow. That way you're not having to make up so much time. But looking also here in the back, it looked like Ted Rekich and Jeremy Burns are still trying to fight it out here for a top 5 spot. Rekich has the best of him right now. Ted Rekich pit back on lap 32, Burns on 30. But we see what that did for Trevor Earhart. He was able to make up massive amounts of time, and now he's leading the race and going to go ahead and take away the stage win here so far. I just don't see Caleb Gilbert making up that half second to catch back up. Parker Johnston back in the 9th position. Alex Kenton in 10th, so good moves by him, up 13 positions here so far in the race.
Yeah, and this is our first stage break. Remember, you need to have your votes in because it'll all be tallied up. And we will be announcing the winner for the best paint scheme, not necessarily a favorite driver, best paint schemes tonight after the second stage break.
Yep, second stage is the one where it counts. Lap 50 we go. Trevor Earhart now making his way around. I think they're going to let him complete lap 50 and get underway. I got to admit, no cautions here so far. Got to be great, but oh man, Bowden, run. Is Adam Bowden trying his best to stay here on the lead lap as he squeezes his way away.
Now, at this point, would it be bad sportsmanship to stay in front of Trevor Earhart? Like wiggle and make sure he stays in front.
Well, it depends on what you're doing out there. Right now, if I was Bowden, absolutely, I'd have blocked him. Nope, no way, bud. I can't go a lap down because Charlotte is extremely hard to get that lap back. I mean,
They're such short
hard.
laps.
Yeah, well, only a mile and a half here, and these guys are cooking around here just over 30 seconds. So when you're running a pit time, your pit time is about 42 seconds, and that's including about 15 in the pit box. I was going to say that includes the entire
run in and out.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
So, and that just, it ticks off very, very quickly. So you'll be a lap and a half down, and you've got to be really in that box and back out to go ahead and, be able to remain competitive. So right now with Adam Bowden, right now I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the last guy on the lead lap. Back here in 19th. That puts Lancaster, Fike, Buell, and Thorpe 20th through 23rd lap down.
Okay. All right, here they come, rolling in.
Yep, down pit road they come. Right now, we'll have to see kind of pit strategy, what we're looking to see here. I'm interested to see kind of what they determine, what is best at this point. Coming down pit road, some of them favorable. Normally, the racer gets to choose where he pits, but determines where you qualify is where your pit box is going to be. So right now, Raider, if he gets a fast pit stall time, he's able to sidestep that clutch and hold it to the floor on the way out. Speed will not matter to him. Trevor Earhart may have to check up, but they're getting away. Oh, man. Caleb Gilbert gets the fastest time. 14:85 in the pit stall, though.
Okay, but looks like most everybody had the same idea for what they did in the pits.
Oh, absolutely. Everybody full tank of fuel, everybody 4 tires. There's no doubt about that.
You told me never to say.
Well, it's one of those to remain, once again, to remain competitive. If I enjoy seeing Justice Murphy take that 2-tire stop. Yes, he's right now back in the 15th position, but he's got another set of tires. No one else does. Everybody else is taking 4, 4, 4, 4. He took 2. Or if he took none. From what I saw per his timing, it was only a fuel stop. So now he's going to be able to go back out there, and let's say lap 165. Let's say about lap 165. Guys are only going to be stopping for fuel. He's got 4 sets of tires. Now you just saw what Trevor Earhart. You just saw what Jeremy Burns and Ted Wreckage did. You just saw what Robert Rader did with 4 new tires. Justice Murphy may be doing, if he can stay clean now, have that come from behind shot from the back. But he's just got a tall list in front of him here that he's really going to have to kind of compete with to get toward the front if that's what he's looking to pull off here.
I was just watching, trying to figure out whether someone was trying to psych somebody else out that they were going in the pit, whether they thought maybe they needed to go in again, or what was happening there.
Yeah, definitely.
In our number 11.
Yeah, they do that, kind of move themselves around and it's interesting. I do it too. Sometimes you try to trick somebody out because pit strategy is a number one thing. If he were to come down and get an extra 2 to 3 laps of fuel, maybe. But like I said here, Stella, look at the amount of fall off we have out here. I mean, just these guys are losing almost 2 seconds, if not a second and a half, on old tires. I don't know how much longer they can push it around and figure out what they're going to do. But right now, Chad Lancaster is down pit. David Buell and Grant Thorpe are down pit at this point. Buell has taken a massive amount of damage on that 52. Right now I'm seeing him and Chad Lancaster down pit for a good bit here. I don't know if Lancaster connected with the wall. I'm not seeing anything on my ticker showing that he had any sort of trouble out on the track other than self-inflicted.
Can we pull down your tower for a second and reset? Let's get Caleb Gilbert out of the pit.
Ooh. And maybe kind of shuffling it here because I think they may have extended another lap here. And that's and that'll end up kind of squeezing it here a little bit. The timer tower kind of has a little bit of a wiggy if that's what happens. Yeah, once they get back under green, kind of sling past the deal here, it'll get it squared back away. Gotta love technology. They really put their forethought into it.
What is that saying? Women can't live with them, can't live without them. Well, I think it's been substituted now with technology.
Yeah.
Can't live with it, can't live without it.
What in the world is Nick Alves doing here?
Not sure.
I know his internet connection's kind of playing up on him here a little bit. We're kind of doing the blinky again.
Yeah, but Caleb Gilbert did that coming out of pit, and I thought, oh, that's a bad omen.
Yeah, actually, Caleb Gilbert has been battling this thing for a few weeks now. I know definitely when we saw that Pocono finish, I think it kind of messed up what Raiders' line was, and that allowed Berube to sneak toward the inside and kind of door him there. And that's how Berube ended up getting the win, is Rader didn't know where the 40 car was. So hopefully, the battle continues here. Barney up in the flag booth. Watch his shoulder. All right, he'll need a massage therapist after this one. And away they go. Caleb Gilbert taking away the lead, and Rader kind of a little slow on the gun here.
Surprising.
And Wreckage gives a huge shot, and definitely Wreckage is not known for wrecking people, but he's known for pushing you. If you don't get out of the way, he'll make you either move or get out of the way, so away we go. And it looks like Raiders got up to speed. Ooh, backs up the turn, and Wreckage pops him again.
Yeah, I think I may give him a new logo. Lead, follow, or get out of the way.
Yeah, 53 looking to dial toward the inside. I would let Wreckage go by at this point. We saw what this did kind of Wreckage at Dover. Wreckage ended up getting going and fried those tires early, and Wreckage has one speed. Go.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, that 00 trying to see if he could touch that 200-mile-an-hour mark. Right now, top speed out there on the track, Alex Kenton at 190 miles an hour.
Oof.
Yeah, so far. So trying to see if they can double it up here a little bit. Another vote there. Parker Johnston in the 48. Ooh, man, that tunnel turn. So watch out. These tires are starting to kind of heat up a little bit, starting to tack, but they'll loosen up at the same time. And really, loose is fast, and fast, you're out of control.
Yeah.
That's
kind of always confused me too. Oh, they're tacky, but they're slippery. Then it's kind of like Rocky when he says stick and move. Well, is it stick or is it move?
Both. Both. Always both. Yeah, right now Logan Romney with the fastest time through Sector 2 through 3 and 4 with a 15:29. So right now Logan Romney on a tear in that 11 car. Good
Pretty
move
funny,
so far.
though.
Yep, go ahead.
He goes from the bush to the bud.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, look at all these drivers out there. Love it. Out there on the track, Travis Gilbert back to the 19th position. Right now, he's lost 8 spots here so far, down toward the back. And we talked about big movers. I want to talk big movers right now. Alex Kenton in the 89 seems to be moving up. No problem so far. Taking a look here at Alex Kenton, I believe he said he is in the Air Force. So that is that is for the awesome stash that he runs. He is hanging out for Movember, getting it done right now, sitting in 8th place in his Chevrolet. So no problem, making sure he's got where he needs to be. Like I said, that is the Dale Earnhardt scheme with the Dale Waltrip throwback. I kind of like the compound part. These guys kind of doing not one but 2 throwbacks in the same deal.
That is cute.
But he is rolling around the backside of Nick Alves in the 7. These two, ooh, made a little connection there.
The only thing he didn't get is the wing. Wasn't the Waltrip have a wing?
I knew, well, which wing? I was going to say, because Waltrip had the big square body back when he was racing, but I know Petty had that big wing.
Oh, not that one. No, not that 3-foot tall booger. No. I thought the first throwback when Dale Jr. did it, he had maybe a small spoiler in the back, perhaps. Call it a spoiler versus a wing, about a foot off.
Possibly. I know the Cars of Tomorrow in the 88. The Cars of Tomorrow had the disconnected. Since then, they've kind of undone that because it was because they kind of disconnect. And they put it back to the ducktail that you see really are there on these cars out there now.
Okay.
All right, and we're kind of taking a look here. We haven't talked about Kevin Orlando much here tonight. He seems to be getting around here no problem. Up 4 positions into 10th. He is not sporting the Tonka truck. He told me he would be. Can't believe it. But it looks like he has dressed the part, though. I love it. I love it. Yeah, Kevin Orlando originally started 14th, sitting in 10th in his Ford. So he knows exactly how to get around the track here.
He needs to go tell the kid to go bring the truck in.
Yeah,
we're getting to expect something cute as his sidekick.
Yeah, he said he would have it there, but that is okay. You had the dog last week. He was gonna have the Tonka truck here, but
yeah, that's the Kenny Irwin car. He drove that car to the first 2 Winston Cup Series starts of his career.
Hold on a second. I think we got a bang up here. Looks like Raiders in the wall.
Oh, no. Oh,
Raiders
yes.
still continuing. And that'll bring out our first caution here of the night. I think him and Logan Romney connected, and we'll see if that is a broken toe link. The right front of his car is broken off.
Oh, well.
Wow. Fastest all race gets taken out here on lap 65.
Yeah, that's rough. That wheel is totally up under inside the fender.
Yeah, I don't know if coming out of the tunnel turn here or if there was a miscommunication, but let's take a little look kind of what happens here. Raider and Logan Romney coming out of 4. Let's take a look. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, I think Raider may come up the track there a little bit. Now, this is originally where I saw him hit the wall. I didn't see what happened beyond this.
Yeah, at this point, Romney was still holding
Likens.
square, and then he wasn't.
Stay on Raider. Oh.
That might have been the end of his toe link. And his lunch.
Oh, wow. Yeah, look at Raider. Kind of gets bumped and banged around here.
Mm-mm.
Let's take another look at this.
I think you should start before.
I think he's trying to... clink. Yeah, that's where I was kind of wondering how he didn't get to the infield there. Little nudge by Alves and Orlando. and Parker Johnston. I think the only one of the 4-Star Industries team he didn't hit was Caleb Gilbert, and I think that's only because he's in the lead.
He's in front.
All right, let's kind of, I want to take a ride along, actually, with Raider here and kind of see, I wonder if that car loosened up. It's definitely possible, him going around that turn and the front end kind of coming out from under him. Because that was exiting 4, right, getting into that tunnel turn here, and that's got a little ugly. Let's take a ride along here with Raider.
Okay.
Take the mirror. Romney on the outside. Oop! Oh.
Yep, Lego.
Man, oh man, oh man.
Bit of a mess.
Yeah, well, definitely first on the pole first here tonight, but he's going to be in the pits for a while now. Raider, Johnston, Al Likens, Kevin Orlando, Logan Romney right now still down pit road. Grant Thorpe is now peeling back out, and these guys have got a lot of work to do here. Definitely some of those guys out there. Let's take a look, actually. I want to see the 24 car of Nick Alves.
Yeah, he's just in pit.
What in
Now,
the world?
having it only been, 15, 18 laps, what do you think they're doing at this point? Just a little more gas? They couldn't be asking for tires yet.
Fuel top off and go is what I would assume, and the front 4 did just that. Nick Alves did a quick top off here, but right now from 5th, starting with Alex Kenton, all the way to Chad Lancaster. So that is the 5th through the 11th position have gotten tires. So you're going to have the middle of the field with a lot of speed with 4 guys in the front. So I want to take a look actually at Nick Alves. We saw he got bumped there a little bit. No damage, it doesn't look like here so far, out of the side of his car. I'm trying to take a quick peek here around out our Simtrax broadcasting camera angles, and it doesn't look like anything is out there. Let me see if I can get that other drone out there. Yeah, so far so good. So it looks like the 24 survived that one. Got bumped and banged around there out there on the track. So right now, starting our front lineup here, Trevor Earhart, Ted Rekich, Blake Cook, and Michael Bennett. 1, 2, 3, and 4. As I say that, guess who's heading down pit?
Earhart.
Yeah, Earhart's coming down pit now. Interesting to see. He might be thinking of kind of rethinking something here. I actually want to keep my eyeballs on him at this point because I want to know what he's doing. This is this is something here. I don't know what
What
this
would bring
requires.
him back?
Yep. All right,
Flash.
Yep.
Yep.
Doing a little more. Another splash and go. So now that leaves the top 3. Who didn't get tires, but actually back here with James Loveland. So Loveland, Caleb Gilbert, Travis Gilbert, these guys didn't, but John Fike, he did. So like I said, a lot of different strategies here, and I really appreciate that. You know, a lot of guys kind of thinking long term. What do I do? How do I what do we aim for at this stage of the race?
Yeah, well, the pace car lights are out.
Yep, pace car lights are out. 30 laps before we're going to announce who is the winner.
Got somebody scrambling up right at the end. There we go.
Yeah, Grant Thorpe trying to see if he can squeeze here toward the front. Right now, Raider, Parker Johnson, Al Likens, and Kevin Orlando. Right now, that 4-Star Industries team is pretty broken here. It looks like Kevin Orlando broke a toe length there. You see the angle of that right front wheel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not good. So, in the booth, here we go. Back under green, Ted Rekich taking the front spot. Blake Cook now in tow, going to have to be playing chase at this point. Ted Rekich is on the move. But watch the slicing as we get through here. Alex Kenton, remember I said he had tires. So he may come up here and see if he can steal that lead away right away and not take any time really messing around here. Good moves by everybody here on the track. Michael Bennett, watch him. Michael Bennett as well. Michael Bennett actually had a short pit stop, and he's looking to see if he can kind of turn his luck around, kind of playing the nice safe line here. Oh, Jacob Sirkovich into the wall.
Yes.
And Michael Bennett getting around here. Look at the concentration. I love it. And that is one thing. Once you get double wide here, you know, you're not able to really take your preferred line. As he nudges up closer to Chad Lancaster. Chad Lancaster ended up getting tires, so you do have to kind of bow out a little bit here and be very, very careful with guys who have taken tires, and if you haven't. They're going to be faster. There's just no way around it.
Yeah, I remember being at the track and you listen to the car, you know, the in-car thing on your headset, and you can hear the crew saying 56 coming up, freshies. 22 coming up, freshies. And you know that he's just supposed to let him go by because you can't compete with those brand new tires.
Oh, yeah. And Adam Bowden is another one on those fresh new tires. Before we rotate up to the lead there, Stella, can you tell me a little bit about his paint scheme here tonight?
Oh, thank you. I was hoping because he has a really wild one. This one was driven by Don Devendorf while he was practicing in the car at an IMSA race. It was the last one of the year, and the engine exploded. This was the old reliable 6 inline engine, and one of the very few failures in its career. But by the time the car coasted into the pit entrance, it was almost completely engulfed in flames. And the fire crew got there so late the damage was extensive. But they worked overnight, kind of in secret, and surprised everyone, came out on the track the next morning, started from dead last, and still ended up finishing overall second place.
Excellent. I always like hearing a nice history behind what it is and, you know, kind of what it means. If I'm not mistaken, that I think it was an inline 6 twin turbo motor. Was it a Datsun that it was in it?
Yeah, it was a 1980 Datsun 280ZX.
Ooh, yeah, those used to be the commodity back in the day. I know a couple people are looking for them, but man, I've worked on a couple of them. What an electrical nightmare.
Way back in the day.
Oh, yeah. All right, and we were taking a look. Adam Bowden, as we were kind of talking about his paint scheme here, is broken into the top 10, now in the 7th. So right now he's up 14 positions, and take a look who's in the lead. Alex Kenton in the lead here so far, 22 positions up here in the race.
Wow.
Getting his way around.
That's a hard charger.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Parker Johnston has made it out of pit. Quick little update for any 48 fans out there. He has made it back out. Like I said, I think he got tangled up in that Raider pileup. Raider still in pit as well as Al Likens and Kevin Orlando. Those guys are definitely trying to just piece that car back together and try again. I know they're going to be a good bit of laps down here, but still worth trying. In case somebody ends up absolutely wrecking out, then they have a chance to try to slide up a few more positions. But sliding up positions is Alex Kenton's forte at this point, getting around the track here, leading so far. I mean, by 2.5 seconds here over Tay McDonald, who is just now coming through 3 and 4.
Is considerable.
Absolutely, and and another about a second back from there is then Blake Cook. Ted Rekich now falling off, and remember and that's kind of what we were saying before. Watch these guys who are not on tires. Ted Rekich may have to bow out here and let this clutch of 4 go around him here as we're 3 wide. Logan Romney down toward the bottom. Man, it's getting ready to squeeze here, diving into 3. Ted Rekich still holding on. Yeah, Ted Rekich on the outside of John Fike. Bowden checks up a little bit because it looked like Fike may have been coming down. Good check by him. 83 machine now on the bottom. Looking for 7th position again. Bowden may have a little help here from Chad Lancaster in the 22. Let's see how we can do in that Ford, I believe, represented there by Chad Little, I believe.
The 22, yeah. Chad Little in the John Deere car?
Yes.
That was yeah. I thought it was cool. Chad is driving a Chad.
Yes. All right, Chad Little in the John Deere. What car, what number was that exactly? 96?
7.
97, okay.
Yep.
I'm close. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Not only horseshoes and hand grenades. All right, let's get back to it. Romney here in 4th position. Rekich still toward the outside. Now we kind of bumble around on the track out here, kind of look for a lot of guys moving around. Who's really battling for a lot of position. Michael Bennett here just outside the top 10 in 11th, saving another set of tires for later in the race, as well as Travis Gilbert. James Loveland as well back here in the 13th. And Caleb Gilbert there in the 14th. Like
Travis has some rolling to do here. Look at this.
Yeah, right now Travis Gilbert seeming to kind of pick up a lot of speed here. Yeah, wreckage. Looked like he got up into the wall.
A bit of a touch, getting friendly.
Yeah, well, definitely damage is not good. Aerodynamics is your friend here. It's starting to bend up. That car is not going to be good. I know we looked at Tay McDonald, who was here toward the front, had a lot of damage on the front of that car. Let me see if I can actually get that drone out there. He got that damage fixed, so when he came back down pit, got that thing hammered back out and back on the lead lap, and now out in second place. Not too shabby here for Tay McDonald.
Nope, looks pristine.
Yeah, kind of from the outside looking in, really a kind of a crummy showing there at Darlington. I think he was about lap 14, lap 20. He ended up out of the race. I think just a kind of a silly move there at the Monster Mile. I think he may have clipped the wall, and it got worse from there. But Tay McDonald here in the second. Right. Well, happening right now is Jacob Sirkovich on the outside of Travis Gilbert. Jacob Sirkovich got tires on that last round, but right now Travis Gilbert kind of holding him there. Toward the top and around he goes. So Travis Gilbert is now broken back. Now sitting in 7th, taking a peek at Bowden, but Bowden is pulled away. I'm curious to see if we got enough tire here to make it to the end. Definitely another green flag stop may be in order here before we get to lap 100, which will be our final stage for the night.
Ooh.
Yeah, final stage is going to be
away.
Yeah, it looks like Adam Bowden gets a little loose there, nudges the turn into turn 1. I can't blame him. I'd do the same setup, kind of sneak right up, almost kiss that wall, and then come down, diving into turn 1 to get as much speed as you can. But right now, Kenton, Romney, Murphy, right now 1, 2, and 3. And great job here by Justice Murphy. Look at him flying around, getting past Logan Romney for the second position here. And away he goes. Tay McDonald has fallen back to the 5th position here. I'm not showing anything that may have kind of undone his line.
No.
And kind of what would have caused him to fall back here as I kind of take a look kind of through my ticker here and take a look. Let's actually roll it back here for a quick replay and see if something happened here. Looks like a little nudge toward the wall. Yeah, you see that front end starting to drag up. Yeah, you see how he's kind of fighting and is wiggling around through that turn. Yeah, I think everybody else just kind of saw that and is getting around. Good job. And if I were Tay McDonald, it's okay, man. We got a lot of race left to go here. Let's go ahead and get it battled. And kind of knock out the dents here, get everything squared away, and figure out what we need to do. Because 50 laps and 50 laps is one thing. 100 laps this next stretch is going to require at least 2 to 3 green flag stops. So you really crucial time, to not be able to clump everybody back together unless there's a caution. So kind of get everything figured out in these first 2 stages is an absolute must. Right now, Alex Kenton's comfortable 3-second lead is being, absolutely sawn away here by Justice Murphy. 1.8 seconds and counting.
I was going to say, he's down to less than 2.
Yeah, take a quick little ride here with Justice Murphy as he gets around in the car. Let's kind of see difference between what we see in the front and his hands now, and you definitely see how he's nice and smooth. Right there, hits his mark, and pulls his way on through. Now watch the ticker as he sits there and saws away that time. Alex Kenton may be enjoying that lead now, but I think if you're already coming and shaved off 0.3 of a second there on one turn, Alex Kenton, he's kind of in the fly trap here. He's going to be in some trouble.
6 laps and we'll be looking eye to eye.
Absolutely, but we may be still peeking around a green flag stop. These guys last pit on 66. Whether they can make it 33 laps under green, it's possible. I don't know if they'll be able to do it, but it's possible. I would definitely expect to guys who did pit, they're going to be able to make it. Raider still in pits. 14 minutes he's been hanging out in there. Kevin Orlando is back out, fixed his toe link. And Al Likens was repaired. He is now out.
Yeah, but Kevin Orlando is 16 laps down.
Yeah, Raider may be done here for the night. If he comes out, it'll just be kind of saving face at this point, going ahead and giving a good show here for Chapman Environmental Services car. I know they are doing the throwback here, but no, Stella, we haven't talked about Chapman Environmental Services in a while, and they are the main sponsor here of the league. And I think it'd probably be a good idea to go ahead and give those guys a quick shout out here.
Okay. Well, we have Chapman Environmental Services and Environmental Management. They do broad spectrum regulatory compliance. They do permitting, field sampling services, and more. To find out or to book them, visit chapmanes.com.
Alrighty, and we'll try to see how these guys get going here. Less than 9 laps. All right, guys. Like I said, 9 laps left in this one. Your votes count. Your votes matter. And if you're looking to try to see, really who's your favorite paint scheme out there, now is the time. 8 laps to go. We'll kind of be tallying it up here and having a chat with what we've got going. My wife, the moderator out there, has already counted them up, and I believe she'll be sending me the results here very soon. I think I've probably got a pretty good idea who won this one. Seeing Debbie Smith, DeSwamp 11. These guys are definitely kicking it into high gear here, making sure that number 9 is out front to go ahead and get that $20 payout here at Charlotte.
It does pay to have friends.
Yes.
With some of these fellas, all the friends are also on the field.
Yes, right now. So remember what we were talking about, time marching down here. I know we're back here with Caleb Gilbert, but right now we're still watching to see if Murphy's got anything for him here. Only off by about half second off Kenton. I want to take a look here at Caleb Gilbert, see if he's going to make a move on Romney and try to secure a 3rd position, and he does. Quick move there, but the way this looks, oh man, good and sketchy there. Logan Romney backs up the turn and not really push that 40 car. Travis Gilbert gets into the wall there just a little bit, and we're going to take a little look at the tower apparently.
I noticed that.
So let's take a look here at Justice Murphy. Big time. Yeah, big time moves need to happen big time right now. Alex Kenton staring out that rear view. Here they come. Oh man. The 12 machine, the leader, Justice Murphy of the BDE Motorsports, getting around down toward the bottom, taking the lead here with only 5 laps left to go here in this stage. Alex Kenton sees his comfortable lead get pulled away here. Go ahead.
I told him it'd be 6 laps before they were eye to eye. He beat me by 1.
Yeah, around they go. Yeah.
Cooking.
Yeah, yes he is. And right now, Justice Murphy kind of holding it to the floor here. He's got to go ahead and squeeze out. Right now, I don't see anybody on the track that is right now holding that kind of a pace. Caleb Gilbert is looking pretty good right now. He's kind of held off toward the end, but he's got a lot of distance to make up. About 1.5 seconds, and he would have to shave off about almost half a second a lap here to catch up. So Justice Murphy might be our Stage 2 winner here of the night.
Which that would be fine. If I was in Caleb Gilbert's shoes, I'm saying I'm in 3rd, I'm comfortable, I'm not worried about hitting the wall, nobody's threatening me, and I've got a caution here in another 4 laps.
Absolutely. Here we go. Justice Murphy here toward the front, still holding out in that Chevrolet. No Toyota in sight for the top 10 here as we speak. Ted Rekich will be the first Toyota, sitting in 12th. I believe Berube is another Toyota driver out here as well, and he is not here on the track, especially after his showing at Pocono with a win. He took stage 1 at Dover and then a no-show tonight. Boo! But I know where we will see him, Stella, since you will be joining me here tomorrow. The Racing Revolution League will actually be teaming up for a Bikes for Tykes run on Thursday. They were raising money for bikes for kids and the underprivileged to go ahead and get them something here kind of lined up for the Christmas season for sure. If I'm not mistaken, checking what they have tallied up so far, they've got $2,500. This will be a record-breaking year for them, and I'm excited to actually be broadcasting that race for them as well tomorrow. I believe start time is just about the same time, and we'll actually be bringing you that live. 120 laps at Iowa. We're pulling them out of the next gens and putting them into the trucks. So I definitely expect to see a quality field and good running by a lot of drivers out there, Stella.
It should be fun.
Oh, yeah. And if you're unsure what time we're getting started, guys, simtracksbroadcasting.com, I tell you once, I tell you 100 times. That's where you're going to find everything, our schedule, and what we've got coming up. And if you are a league looking for a broadcast, I've got openings. Check the schedule first. Make sure I'm going to have a time to kind of wedge you guys in, and we can go ahead and get started. I'm willing to do 2 nights. 2 a night. I'll even broadcast at 1 o'clock in the morning. We'll get it done. But Caleb Gilbert going ahead and taking the second position here. Like I said, he's just got not enough here for Justice Murphy. I said he'd have to make up about half a second a lap, and he's made up half of it here so far. 0.8 of a second in 4 laps. But I believe they're going to go around one more time here, and unless Murphy kind of gets loose and hammers the wall, he should have the stage win here.
Don't do that.
Well, Justice Murphy finally getting his lucky break here. I know he's been in a lot of trouble all race. All season.
There we go.
His break finally happened in the All About Bugs 125 at Road America. He won the first stage there, and then I think Parker
PJ.
Johnston, got a hold of him and kind of took it away from him, took the race win. But right now, the way Justice Murphy's driving, remember I said he had a set of tires in the bag, and that should do it.
And I'm sad to say,
stage.
Parker Johnston has also taken it to the garage for this evening.
Oh, boy. Yeah, Parker Johnston, that is it for him. Raiders still 21 minutes in the pits. He may have suffered some massive damage to that car, and that'll bring us out for our stage caution here. Guys, we're going to go to commercial here real quick, and we'll be right back and kind of announce who we have for our winner here tonight.
And so we had an issue at a plant about 2 weeks ago. It was a traditional municipal wastewater treatment plant. Tremendous foaming on top of the basins. And so me and our lead operator for the site got our heads together. We pulled some samples, did the analysis of those samples. We actually looked at the bugs from the system under a microscope so that we could see the type of bug that was actually growing in there. And what we found actually was that there were very few bugs growing in there. The higher life forms in particular had died off, and we had the single cell protozoa type of bacteria growing in there. So what that told us was we probably got hit with some kind of toxic shock at the facility. So we immediately changed the way we were operating the plant. We changed the return activated sludge rates, the wasting rates, and did a few other things around the facility to try to really buffer ourselves against whatever had happened, because it's too late, right? It's already in the plant. So we're trying to buffer ourselves against whatever that toxic event was, because if it just happened, yesterday, it's liable to happen again today. Usually these things go in like threes. And so it's taking real world experience, knowing that we not only needed to look at the analytical data that we were collecting at the time, but also looking at the bugs under the microscope, determining what's going on with the bug population in the aeration basins, and then taking that information, layering that together with the data we collected through analytical analysis, and coming up with a solution based on all that combined, which I think is a pretty unique approach to dealing with a problem like that at a facility.
All right, everybody, we are back. Getting the tally now here in just a second. Kind of figure out who ended up winning this one. And if I could probably take a guess, it would probably be Mr. Jeremy Burns out here. Right now, votes are in third place, Kevin Orlando. Unfortunately, this is not his race tonight. He's kind of been mashed to pieces in the 27 machine. So Kevin Orlando came in third, which means Parker Johnston with 3 votes came in second. So he is taking it back to the garage. Like I said, kind of mashed that 1-2 pieces. And last but not least, our winner here came in first. Jeremy Burns, the Mountain Man, got it done here so far. Let's see if we can have a little chat with the Mountain Man. And let's kind of bring him in here and let him know that he's won. Come on, baby. There we go. In the booth, Jeremy Burns, you got a copy? Uh-oh, there we go. You got a copy on me here, bud?
Yes, sir.
All right, dude. Hey, votes are in. Your paint scheme won here tonight, bud.
Yes. Thank you to all the fans out there. That's awesome.
Absolutely, dude. And so right now, that means you bring home $20 here tonight for that paint scheme. You want to tell me a little bit about Team Disconnect why it is on Casey Kane's paint scheme?
So right now they are celebrating 5 years, so we're also celebrate the past 4. And we chose Casey Kane because it fit the color scheme of red and black, and it looks amazing. I got to shout out Grant Thorpe because he did an amazing job on this. And hopefully we can put him into victory lane here later.
All right. Well, I was going to say that it'll actually be the second part of the race. Right now, you've got over just about probably when we get under green, about 95 laps. And there is another $20 up for grabs. Right now, you are sitting in 7th position here. Going to be battling here toward the front, at least a top 10 start here so far. How's your confidence level feeling on tire wear?
Feeling good. I feel like that first run we definitely used him up a little bit too much, but then that second run I felt a little bit better about it. I ended up going to the back because we had to save some fuel, but we were able to make our way up back inside the top 10. But I feel pretty good about the car. It has really good speed, and I think that we're going to be able to get here at the end.
Anybody you're nervous about out there going to be kind of your number one competitor here?
I mean, you got to look at Caleb. He's been up there pretty much the entire race. I know that Ted is going to do pretty good. Earhart's up there always. Alves, he's always up there. So definitely some good guys at the front of this field that we're definitely have to watch out for.
All right, Jeremy Burns, the Mountain Man, bringing home $20 for the paint scheme tonight, bud. Great job.
Thank you very much.
All right, got him back in Team Disconnect, man. I got a little nervous, and that is the winner here for the paint scheme here tonight. Great job by Jeremy Burns. Right now, still, I know I'm kind of heartbroken. I didn't see Mr. Alves win it, but that's okay. To me, like I said, it was the story behind it. If I'm not mistaken, we haven't talked much about Michael Bennett and his paint scheme in that number 14.
Yeah, he's our second throwback to a Tony Stewart car. His number 14 goes with the 14 Office Depot car that Tony won the 2009 All-Star race here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And by the way, that was the first race won by the Stewart Haas racing team.
Ah, yes, and so far they've been doing pretty well this year. So there was more than one championship here. So we have actually Michael Bennett and James Loveland rocking Tony Stewart paint schemes here.
And both championed cars. The other Loveland's got the 2011 that had the Sprint Cup championship.
Oh man, yeah, I'd probably be out here in the Tide car. I think that was Ricky Craven, and I think another one may be the orange. What in the world the hell just happened?
Oh.
John Fike.
I don't know. I'm speechless.
Just got put into the wall here.
Put in or drove in?
Well, we're gonna find out because that was a disgusting start. I don't have really words for it on this one. I don't know why that happened, but we're gonna find out. I think
Yes.
I think somebody was trying to jump the gun on this one, and I would probably... Let's take a look here toward the front. Fike is starting in the front here. Remember the Geico restart zone, so it is up to Caleb Gilbert when he wants to go. Caleb Gilbert's accelerating. Fike wheel spin. Oh, he dumped it. Oh, Nick Alves, look out. Oh.
Nope, got him.
Let's stay with Fike here. Blake Cook gets him. Good move here by Likens. He saw this once before.
Yes.
All right, now, because Fike hold.
Nice. Just hold still.
Kevin Orlando, you see how gun shy he is there.
He's like, don't move.
Yeah, and I want to make sure everybody knows. I know sometimes Wreckage gets a bad name for himself here, you know, kind of.
You think?
It seems to be, well, it's kind of the same as Tony Stewart. Tony Stewart gets a bad rap for people wrecking around him. Now, he'll put you in the wall if something bad happens here, but it was not him. Yeah, it was not him. I do not see a shove here from the 00.
Kind of like a Logano?
See? Nobody's touching. And around he goes. So, definitely hate to see that.
I thought he had pushed him.
Yeah,
I'm glad you showed that.
Right. That's what it looked like from my angle as well. I want to make sure I get plenty of angles of this because I actually went to a Richmond race one time and people were throwing beer cans and everything else onto the track because Dale Jr. actually blew his engine up on the outside of Tony Stewart, and everybody thought Stewart did it. Everybody thought he put him in the wall, but that was not the case. Restart zone entered here. 40 goes 1, 2, 3, takes off, and the 40 here, watch, yanks to the left and then
spin.
Yeah, tire spin right there, and Fike kind of gets sent around here, and that kind of undoes it for him in the race. 24 gets hammered, Blake Cook gets hammered, and then looks like everybody else survives the rest of this fiasco. Didn't even make it to the start-finish line here. Hate to see it. I believe Fike is down pit road at this point. Probably a good bit of damage to the front of that race car.
I'm hoping Nick Alves is too.
Yeah, we're going to see Nick Alves. Let's try to take a peek at Nick Alves here. Nick Alves did come down pit in 106. May have tried to straighten out the front end of that car. He did see him make connection with Robert Rader on that one, but and I don't think... Ooh. Everybody kind of doing that extra little pit stop here. Maybe trying to extend a little bit on fuel. Might be a good choice here. But right now, taking a look at that T-Rex machine, I don't see any damage to the front of that car. There's no way he could have gotten lucky not once but twice.
Interesting.
Yeah, no kidding. So
I mean, because we saw him clearly clip Fike.
Yes, but
Or
it does.
vice versa.
But per speed-wise, I would probably, it wasn't like hitting a wall. It wasn't a guy at a dead stop. So he hit somebody that was moving, so it looked more like a glancing blow. And Nick Alves is going to be able to kind of... wow. To me, I'm almost running out of a loss for words here. This is now twice he's gotten lucky. He's got to be very careful with how many lives he's using up here, because right now Nick Alves, really, he's got to be getting nervous at this point of how many things are getting tangled up here on the race. Yeah, looking good there on the camera here as we're taking a peek here at Nick Alves, kind of still representing Jeff Gordon there in the background and Coastal Financial on that hoodie.
I see that. Is that a trophy?
I believe so on the bottom. Not one, but probably two, if not three.
Ooh.
Yeah, so we'll keep an eye on him. Nick Alves, I guarantee he's a little nervous about where he is right now. Still top 10, staying solid so far. But just kind of getting hammered 1, 2, 3, and he's got to figure out what he's going to do out here to stay safe. All right, Nick Alves into 9th. So that's going to start us out with Caleb Gilbert, Ted Rekich, James Loveland, 1, 2, and 3. Trevor Earhart will be 4th. Jeremy Burns will be 5th. Blake Cook will be starting in the 6th position with Michael Bennett 7th. 8th will be Justice Murphy, Nick Alves in 9th, and Alex Kenton, our previous race leader there for a good while, in 10th. Ted Rekich with a lot to prove here. Part-time driver here in the Racing Revolution League. Broadcasts Monday nights. I think you'll be able to catch him at Fast Pass Racing Network on Mondays. We kind of swapped there a little bit there, Stella. I actually race down in the trucks on Mondays, and he broadcasts, and he's in the cars, and I'm broadcasting.
I like it. I've popped in there once in a while.
Yeah, so far so good. I definitely drive that number 75 Coast Guard truck on Mondays. Kind of rad, kind of another shout out there for my dad. And the 75 from my grandfather, who used to race back in the day. But
So third generation, huh?
yep. But we'll go ahead and see what we can get going around here. Pace car lights are out. As they go ahead and dial back down here. You would think with all these Dollar General signs that we see around the track here, Grant Thorpe would have had a little more luck out of this night here. But once again, let's try this again. Back under green flag. No issues for many of the drivers. Look like the 9 of Jeremy Burns kind of touched the grass there a little bit, but it is okay. He has survived. He's not going to really slide off. You do see some guys, when they're doing that, they'll fall back just a little bit. I actually want to kind of poke around here in that Loveland area. Because it looked like Trevor Earhart may have been taking a peek. Rekich, he is not a fan of waiting. Oh, man, Ted Rekich, he's got to be careful. Yeah, he sent that into 3. Got boxed out by Caleb Gilbert. Had to check up big time, and James Loveland made connection with him. So now Loveland's fallen back. which has allowed Caleb Gilbert in the number 40 to go ahead and get that half-second lead. Yeah, I really hate to see Robert Rader out of the race here so far. That would have been a heck of a shot for him out there, especially with some tire conservation. But I think that is going to do it for him tonight. I have not seen him take it back into pits yet. 35 minutes down the pit road. We'll probably see him next race at this point.
Yeah, Mr. Sirkovich has taken it to the garage too, number 18.
Oh, yeah. Jacob Sirkovich, he's kind of been banging off the walls here a couple of times here tonight. Definitely something to see. I know Sirkovich, he's out here, but he keeps getting kind of messed up, totaled out. If I'm not mistaken, well, boy, where were we? He got tangled up in a bad one. I think ended up getting smashed to pieces by Ray Lane in the 44 machine. I knew that was kind of a nasty altercation there, which is why Mr. Lane will be joining us in Nashville Super Speedway next week. Yeah, taking a look back here in the schedule, if I'm not mistaken, that may have been the battle back at Gateway, I believe, is when that happened. So 5-race suspension for him, but it's one of those things. You want to keep a good league with a lot of great drivers. You got to really kind of put the foot down. But putting the foot down here so far, Alex Kenton once again driving the tires off this thing. A 30.46. The fastest time on the track. His last lap, this lap here was a 30.65, starting to really crank it up here in that 89 machine. Back up, now fought his way into 5th.
Yeah, I'm looking at Fike is back up to 9th after that start.
Yes, he is, Fike. And it didn't look like a whole lot of damage there, Stella. He just kind of spun and clipped the wall. Nobody really hammered his car to pieces, but, he just kind of went down, hammered out some of those dents, made sure the metal's not touching the tires, and back out on the track he goes. But Nick Alves going to be under fire here again by Fike.
He's after his other quarter panel.
All right. Hopefully he's not looking to touch again. Oop, little blink there. I think that was Romney there in the back.
Number 11's been having a heck of a time with that.
Yeah, that'll be 3 drivers on the track with some connection issues. Gilbert in the front, Logan Romney and Nick Alves blinking just a little bit, but it seems, looks like Alves has kind of got it taken care of here. I would probably say the more pressure he's under, the more it blinks.
Oh, that is not a good thing.
No, it is not. No, it is not. But I believe back here for 4th position, Alex Kenton really hammering down here. Getting around now James Loveland. So he was in 5th. Now he's not. Up to 4th. Really starting to hammer around. Once again, we're going to take a nice shot of that tower.
What an odd camera.
Yes, right now Chevrolet's in the top 10. Ford leading the race, Ted Reckich in the Toyota in 2nd. From 3rd all the way to 10th are Chevrolets. So definitely, I've seen Chevrolets really kind of own this track pretty well here. Really not a whole lot to kind of say much about that. The car makes definitely seem to matter at different tracks. I noticed sometimes Toyotas are pretty tough on the road courses. Super speedways seem to be Fords, and these 1.5 miles seem to be the Chevys. So I don't know. I don't know if there's any kind of a juju behind it here, but I'm not seeing anything. Just kind of a weird thing to see out there.
It's interesting. I am sure there is a statistic out there somewhere.
As always, they're all built off the same car. They only differentiate by about an inch or 2.
I was going to ask you that. I kind of thought there were some serious standards. I've seen them take the big long board across the top of the hood and up the windshield and over the top, and if it doesn't match exactly that jig that they have, they're in trouble. And I mean, that's like down to quarter inches.
Yeah, and to me, from the outside looking in, I mean, it's kind of as a broadcaster, it kind of doesn't matter, but just for the sport, I kind of hate seeing it. You kind of take the stock out of the stock car. I mean, everybody and everything is always the same. You can't make a slight tweak to the engine. I mean, I think Hamlin was the guy who got busted for an extra piece of vinyl on the front nose of the car. It added a little extra downforce, and they took it away from him. It took away the where he placed during the race. So it was kind of a nasty turn of events there.
Didn't they used to just have one race, like an IROC race, where that was when all the cars were the same, and it was down to the drivers doing the driving?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Okay, pretty much. And that's kind of what you're seeing here is everybody kind of just...
All the time now.
Mm-hmm. All right.
You know what? If we've got a moment, I want to talk about the track.
What do I not know? Give me some information. I know you got something.
I'm dying. I'm dying to tell. This track has been around so long, but they stay busy 300 days out of the year. That's how this track is so successful. That's why they still have 95,000 seats instead of the 56 that most of the other ones have. But what I like is, I know you all have seen this track, even if you haven't been there, because it's been in Days of Thunder, Elvis's Speedway, Stroker Ace, and Talladega Nights.
Oh.
So, but I mean, in 2006, even Charlotte became the first motorsports facility to host a world premiere of a major motion picture. Now, if I told you that some of the stars from there, Paul Newman, Owen Wilson, Larry the Cable Guy, were on hand, what movie do you think it was?
I don't know. Give me something.
Cars.
Cars. No kidding.
Yeah. There's Larry the Cable Guy was Mater, and Paul Newman was Doc. So, but I just thought that was kind of neat because this particular track is used in a lot of different movies.
Huh. The more you know. The more you know.
Little things.
Yeah, Trevor Earhart really not doing anything too little right now. Battled his way up into second. It looks like James Loveland still sitting in fourth, nudged the wall. And I think Alex Kenton may have fried the tires off that 89 machine. So he's falling back here so far, now losing a lot of time. And that's why I wonder if this is where Jeremy Burns is going to kind of capitalize here. He's going to kind of wait these guys out and start putting the pressure on here a little bit later, saving those tires. Now, we did say Jacob Surkovich actually was out of the race.
Yes.
All right. I want to take a look back, actually, and kind of see what took him out here. Oh.
That?
That wasn't right. What in the world happened there?
Not enough to take him out of the race, I wouldn't think.
Well, it looked like it broke something here. Let's take a look here at this 18 machine. We are under caution at this point.
Oh.
Yeah, because you see the 22 of Chad Lancaster. Boom.
Why would Jeremy Burns be flying up the way then?
I don't know. I was kind of weird on that one. I'm not quite sure what happened here. I just want to make sure we kind of go up and try to get the full story here. What happened? Because I think actually it continues on from there. I'm not sure if something during the pacing or Jeremy Burns was kind of looking where this pace car was. This is after the collision. I wasn't sure if Chad Lancaster, what kind of happens to him, because he kind of comes out of nowhere. There he is. Coming down pit just a little bit later.
Oh. No. He just stopped.
Yeah, I think they were trying to dial it all back in. I'm not quite sure what happened there. All right, let's get back live, because I'm sure we've got a battle for the lead here pretty soon with Trevor Earhart and Caleb Gilbert.
Sure enough.
Yeah, I just want to take a peek back there because I'm always nervous. When a guy heads to the garage, seemed to be doing a great job driving out there. Just something kind of did something a little weird out there. We'll actually have a little chat actually with Robert Rader. I think he might be out of it here. That may have done it for him. I don't see him recovering from 45-minute pit stall time. Right at this point, Trevor Earhart taking. Ooh man, he had the run there on the inside.
Perhaps he's staying as a spotter for his team.
It is definitely possible, and being one of the fine admins of this team, he may just be kind of hanging back and playing race control at this point. Which that's not too shabby. If somebody said, hey, I got a black flag or something dumb happened here, or what's going on out there, you can kind of instead of driving and doing it, he's now kind of in the spotter box watching everything happen at this point. I really hate to see it because that is he's going to be running out of drop races here pretty soon if he can't get this kind of cleaned up here. Dover was a bad one. Road America wasn't a very good one. And here we are at Charlotte, which he absolutely demolished last year. Ends up on the short end of the stick, sitting back here in the 22nd place. Yeah, not good for the Ford Chapman Environmental Services vehicle here tonight. Yeah, we'll see when he gets out of the infield car care center. We'll have a little chat with him. Probably still under concussion protocol there after clipping that wall. Kevin Orlando still surviving as well out there, if I'm not mistaken. Kevin Orlando's down a few points here, but he's battling on the outside of Logan Romney. Logan Romney been having a little bit of trouble this stage, seeing that this is going green flag this whole time. Other than the slight spin out there by Fike, which Fike is now kind of capitalized on that. He's in the 9th position, still bumbling around toward the top. But 100% this race, once again, just like Dover, this is a tire management game. You've got to figure out how long you can last, how much room do you have to start making these adjustments. I know some of these guys, came down 107, try to get a little extra, a little extra fuel, but it's going to be the tires to me that matters. How much fall off are you willing to take before you come down to pit road? I mean, like right now, Trevor Earhart has now finally conquered a battle for the lead here, and he's kind of tumbled around here, in the front, but his last time was a 32.23. His best was a 30.4.
But he's still pulling away from Caleb Gilbert.
Yes, he is. I want to take a little look back at that pass here, as he must have gotten him here on the tunnel turn. Right on that front stretch. Yep. Caleb just go ahead and bowing out, saying, all right, Trevor, go ahead and take it. Oh, nope. And, yep, kind of middle of the turn there. So you do see him kind of powering through the rest of that turn and then taking over from there. Good job there by Trevor Earhart. Now he's going to try to put some distance here on Caleb Gilbert. He's got to be careful on this tire wear issue. We saw how Trevor did last time. Had a fantastic stop in pit road. Didn't slide through his box. Got what he needed to, and away he goes.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well here. I'm not seeing any stop to his advancement.
Yeah, nothing too bad here so far. James Loveland now turning up the heat. He's now in the 3rd. We saw him battling back there with Kenton for 5th, for the 4th, 5th position. Now Loveland's starting to pick up the pace. Right now, Loveland ran a 32.4 on that last lap, so he's kind of maintaining speed with the rest of them. I just don't know if the fall-off is starting to take effect on these other guys here.
What is Caleb running?
Caleb, his last speed there was a 32.49. Let me see if I can go ahead and get that on the ticker. You kind of see the difference here.
Splendid.
Of what we've got going on. Jeremy Burns, you see him back there in the 5th position. Right now, fastest out there on the track, and that's what I'm saying. Tire conservation is going to matter here.
I'm looking at Justice Murphy with a 32.30. He should be bumping up there too.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of what we saw last time, is Justice Murphy had that just in the tank a lot later. So right now he's hanging out there, got some fresh air, but he's got to catch up with Jeremy Burns to get some of that draft, or otherwise fuel is going to start going away very, very quickly at this point. Jeremy Burns drops down to the bottom, 4th place now for him. Good run by a lot of drivers out here so far. Let's see if we can have a little chat actually with Robert Rader and kind of see what happened out there. Rob Rader, you got a copy? Oh, man. Oh, come on, Rob.
What?
Rob?
There you are. Hey, bud.
Hey, I gotcha. I didn't hear anything before that. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right, man. Just kind of maybe a slight disconnect there. Speaking of disconnect, we're looking at Jeremy Burns. Sorry, bringing it down pit at this point. All right, so you're out there in Infield Car Care Center. No concussion protocol for you. Everything is A-okay. Dude, talk me through what kind of happened there between you and Logan Romney.
Yeah, we're racing. We're racing, I guess. He, I didn't leave him a ton of room up there, but we had, Logan's pretty good, so I wasn't too concerned about it, and he just got loose on corner exit, made him come down a little bit too far and got me in the right rear, so it is what it is. It happens sometimes. It's, nothing intentional or anything like that, so definitely a bummer for that to happen this early in such a long race, too, but it happens, so you just got to move on to the next one.
Yeah, man. Well, definitely. I don't want to kind of dupe you anymore here, Rob. But I'm kind of telling the viewers out there, that the Chapman Environmentalist 53 Ford here is kind of seeing some bad weeks here lately here, bud. Road America wasn't too hot. We had some trouble at Dover, got kind of mashed up there with Grant Thorpe, and tonight here with Logan Romney. You're gonna be running out of drop races here, and we're just breaking over the halfway point in the season.
Yeah, well, the good news is I'm locked into the playoffs with 3 wins. Have more bonus points than anybody else, so
He's gonna survive, is what he's telling you.
I'll be okay. I mean, if I was sitting here battling on the cut line and wasn't locked into the playoffs, I think I'd be a little more ticked off right now. But as it is, it's just a lost opportunity to get a couple of bonus points today. But some of these guys out here are so fast, I'm not sure we were getting any tonight anyway. So it's not that big of a loss.
Alrighty, man. Well, go ahead and talk to us here a little bit about bonus points. You're one of the admins here of this league. What do bonus points mean for you when you get into the playoffs?
Well, so you get one bonus point or one playoff point, I should say, for winning a stage, and then you get 3 if you win the race. So we'll reset the points once we get to the playoffs. We'll have 12 drivers in there, and everyone starts with the exact same number of points. Then you add the playoff points on top of that. So last check, I had 14. Trevor had 6 or 7, and then a bunch of guys had 3. A few guys had 1 or 2. So once you lock yourself into these playoffs, it's about maximizing those playoff points so you can have an advantage in case you have a bad race like I did tonight. In the playoffs, it doesn't completely ruin your chances. So it's just all about stacking those once you're locked in. Until then, it's all about maximizing your points, in the race in order to hopefully get yourself in the top 12.
All right, bud. Well, like I said, like you were saying, man, it's good you're locked into that top, that already into the playoffs. And it's just, kind of, I'm just, my only concern here is kind of from the outside looking in is, where in the rest of this schedule here, Rob, are we going to kind of see, is the 53 going to get its momentum back, or is this just a tough schedule here?
Well, Road America's a tough one for sure. So kind of knew that going in, and then pretty good at Dover, but knew that James would be really tough there. And then, got caught up in a wreck there, caught up in a wreck here. Nashville Super Speedway, pretty good there. Got Iowa coming up, pretty good there. The Daytona Roval, forget about it, but we'll show up and have fun. And then, Homestead and Daytona finish out the regular season. And those are both racetracks where we see a lot of success. So hopefully somewhere in the next 4 out of 5 races, we'll get some more points.
All right. Well, definitely looking at that schedule. I'm hoping from the outside looking in that Justice Murphy will, I hope he'll do real well in that Roval and kind of lock himself into the playoffs there, especially since it's a road course. He's just been having a string of bad luck on all these 1.5 miles out there. That may be his break. I don't know, if anybody else, is there anybody else out there that you really think that could kind of squeeze into the top 12 for the playoffs?
Oh man, we have a lot of competition for that line right now. Justice, I feel like he's definitely a top 12 driver in this league, and like you said, he has had some really bad luck lately. Really awesome scheme tonight too. I wish the number. I don't like where the number is, but I'll have to deal with it.
Does it make you want to jump off a bridge?
Well, I've been known to say things like that. But yeah, I mean, Justice is definitely a top 12 driver, and he's had some really bad luck, and I think whatever bad luck he had's transferred to me at this point because he's looked great the last couple of weeks, and I've been sitting here watching the race. So yeah, hopefully things are going well for him. But as far as other guys go, I mean, we have a lot of competition there. Alex Kinton's close. Tay could get it done. Peyton Presley's right there on the line coming into the night. Steven Sommers right there in 12th. And then Richardson's missing the race tonight, so you don't know how that's going to affect his points. He'll be back next week, I believe. And then, as tight as that line is, you start going down the list here, and, Ted could get a win any week and lock himself in and kick one of these guys out.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Bennett's our defending Talladega winner from last season. We have a Daytona to go to before the end of the season. He could win that race. Blake's capable of winning races. Tay can win a race. I mean, there's no telling who's going to end up in it. All I know is I wouldn't want to be hanging out on the cutoff line going into Daytona.
Yeah, definitely. I was wondering how many drivers via points were going to be, squeezing in. So it does matter where these guys place consistency-wise. And that's where I wonder if, like, Brendan Richardson, he's so close each time. He's getting podiums. He just can't get that win. And I'm wondering if that's what's going to be the make or break for him getting into the top 12. But a little bit about Racing Revolution here. Now, go ahead and talk to me actually about tomorrow. I know tomorrow's a little bit about the bikes for Tykes here, Rob, and the kind of what are we looking at going into tomorrow?
Yeah, Bikes for Tykes is going to be a really cool thing that we're doing, charity race. A lot of guys from our league are going to be there and some other people as well. Basically, just trying to get bikes to kids in need. And we've had a lot of people donate a lot of money, and so that's great. And Scott Kerberg's the one who puts that together, and he does a great job with that whole thing. And so we do something good for the kids, and it's a nice memorial for Scott's father who passed. And so you put all that together, and it's a fun event. So nothing really on the line there except fun tomorrow night. But Iowa's an awesome racetrack, and it should be a lot of fun.
All right, man. Well, definitely everybody will be able to find that there. Also on the Racing Revolution Facebook page, I'm sure you guys will post a link of kind of where they can donate to the Bikes for Tykes and be able to kind of chunk in just a little bit, as well as most of these guys out here on the track have done as well. Before I let you go, Rob, Daryl Johnson out here in the chat says he'll come back and give you some more bad luck.
That sounds like a plan, man. Come on back.
Yeah, we definitely like to see that number 8 car get back out here, man. I haven't seen him in a while. So
yeah, we'll see if we can't get him back on track.
All right, man. Well, definitely, he's got some opportunities. I know, especially Daytona, Michigan, Bristol, and even Talladega there in the round of 8. Might have an upset from some guy who's not in the chase, take home a win. Definitely something to see for there. But Rob, appreciate you joining us here in the booth, man. And I'll let you get back to doing the fine admin job you do.
I appreciate it, man. Go watch Caleb Gilbert pass these two guys here, take the win for me, will you?
Yeah, it does look like he's picking up the pace, man. All right, and the man says that Caleb Gilbert kind of reeling him in here, and this may be his night. Right now, it's been a long time coming for him to go ahead and get this one underway onto the track. Unsure of whether he's going to be able to get it done. He is already locked into the playoffs with one win here so far, but like Robert Rader was saying, get those bonus points while you can. Now's the time to squeak them in. And if you want to talk about bonus points, Justice Murphy took home the stage win in the second stage. So he's out a bonus point, but he is not in the top 12 right now.
Yeah. How many of the top 12 have been taken by race winners so far?
7.
Ooh.
So Robert Rader with 3, Trevor Earhart with 2. We saw James Loveland bring it home at Dover, Caleb Gilbert with 1, Jeremy Burns with 1, Parker Johnston, we saw him at Road America with 1, and Berube at Pocono. And he'll be number 7. So right now in the points running, Grant Thorpe in 8th, Kevin Orlando 9th, Nick Alves 10th, Steven Sommer in 11th, and Brandon Richardson right there on the cusp for that 12th position. Not looking good. These guys do have to kind of pick up the pace here a little bit. Justice Murphy is in a comfortable 14th position. He's not out of range at this point. He's hanging there in 14th, so a solid finish by him tonight has a chance. Right now, Justice Murphy sitting in 5th, but we got less than 50 laps to go here, Stella. Really, I'm interested to see at least another green flag stop here. These guys last pit on 139.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have to stop at least one more time to squeeze this to the end.
Should be interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
What would you think about living at Charlotte?
In what way? Like, I don't know. Hurricanes are pretty bad coming through there.
I don't know. They got condos there. You can live at Charlotte Motor Speedway all year long.
What do you
Isn't
mean
that a
all
trip?
year long?
They have condominiums
Like
at the track. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they have like 52 condos at the track, and you can live there year-round at the sports facility. I'm figuring if they've got something going on 300 days out of the year, I mean, who would need a TV at that point? Between Christmas lights, between rock and roll bands, between dirt races and asphalt races and road races, Just open the window.
Yeah, and you got a movie too. They even got that big screen on the back. Yeah,
There you go.
I was gonna say watching movies and everything else as they're passing by the screen right now. So getting around the track right now. We're taking a peek at Trevor Earhart, seeing if he's got anything. I think Caleb Gilbert might have stalled out here a little bit on his gain on Loveland. Right now, holding off that half-second gap. And not really squeezing anything left so far. From this angle, Caleb Gilbert is the top out of the 4-star industry class. Nick Alves in 10th. So, and it's interesting to see, you know, Nick Alves, remember what I was saying about consistency? He has no bonus points, no wins, no stage wins, 10th in points.
Huh.
So, it's consistency is what has got him locked in. And another one here
Really?
tonight. If he can go ahead and nail himself another top 10, it just keeps pushing him farther and farther to staying in that spot. Now, of course, if I'm Nick Alves, I got to get a win.
Oh, yeah.
To me, the stress of not having that win means I am up for grabs. I'm on the chopping block every
You're
week.
in jeopardy, right?
And that is not where you want to be. So, you know, I'd much rather be racing than sitting in the stands.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, I think I'll sit on the stands.
I was going to say, you know, yeah, I was going to say, in the stands, with this being the longest race, these guys have got to be doing something. They can't be sitting there this whole time. I mean,
Well, they can't get up and go get a drink. I'm sorry.
this should be a segue to pizza and beer now.
Oh, yes, it could be. It could be, because I have some stats on our fat fans. Excuse me, did I say that? Well, listen to this and tell me if I'm wrong, though. During a typical race weekend, fans at this track consume 34,000 slices of pizza, 9,500 gallons of soda, 309,000 pounds of ice, and 13,500 feet of hot dogs. That's a lot of dogs, man.
I got to know who you're talking to find these stats. Holy cow.
Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Ah, so they even report how much these people are eating out there.
I just got to know where to look.
Oh, man. Well, we'll have to see if they can fit in the seats after that.
Yeah, I think they may be making them a little wider, like everybody's screaming that the airlines need to make them wider. You know, it's either that or everybody needs a gym membership.
Yeah, that they are. All right, so far so good. Right now, I am still showing about 22 people out there still watching this right now live if my numbers are up to date. Guys, in the chat, blow this thing up, man. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, Burns won it for the paint scheme here tonight. Glad to have his friends all show up and kind of root him on here. But kind of tell me, who do you think's going to bring home the win? It sounded like Raiders kind of calling Caleb Gilbert here for the win in the number 40 Sterling Marlin deal. So right now, per the Marlin scheme and the Tony Stewart scheme, 1 and 2, we'll have to see what they can go ahead and get done. I'm not sure what we've got left. Like I said, we've got a green flag stop. I know that for sure. You know, we still have another pit stop to go, but right now we're playing the tire management game.
Yeah. Well, tire and gas, it's the number 1 and number 2 things that make these go.
Yeah, I want to make sure we also go ahead and give a shout out again for that Barrett's disease awareness, guys. Go ahead and check them out at getchecked.org for more information. Like I said, it is not something to really mess around with. I lost a loved one to it, and it's really a nasty disease to kind of see what it does and wreak havoc on people, especially people that you know. I believe I even had a Mustang crew member get part of that. His stomach and esophagus had to have some surgery as well, and it has changed his life in an extreme way. I don't wish it upon anybody, but if you've got things going on via heartburn or things like that, you know, and you might not even know it, go ahead and get checked out. And most of the time, your insurance will cover the endoscopy. You know, they just kind of knock you out there, shove a tube down your throat, take a peek around in there, like a borescope if you're a mechanic, and then, you know, they'll take a peek through and see what's going on around there. But, guys, it's not a disease to mess around with. Kind of wise up on what's going on out there, and you'll see how serious of a disease this is. But right now, so far, James Loveland holding out there. Al Likens, we saw get into the wall here a little bit, and I'm kind of keeping an eye on Caleb Gilbert. I think this is going to stall out here. Unless James Loveland clips the wall, James Loveland might be able to kind of go ahead and get a second win here.
Yeah, but I still see one more pit stop and anything could happen. Denny Hamlin has shown us that.
Yeah.
During a pit stop.
Yeah, if there's one thing he can't depend on, it's that.
Pit crew, yes.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I guess kind of like a quarterback in football, if you want to change it to a different sport, the quarterback's only as good as the offensive line. If you got somebody who can break through in less than half a second and they're touching the quarterback, cough, cough, the Washington Redskins and Kirk Cousins there, he didn't have a chance. But if you're somebody like Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, or, Pat Mahomes, and you can sit back there and smoke a cigarette before somebody gets back there, you can run and gun and kind of aim where you want to throw instead of panic throwing all day. But that's what we're kind of seeing here is, this is, we're one pit stop away from kind of determining the winner here. 168 is where we're at. Last pit on 139, Trevor Earhart pit on 137, and he's still back here in third. Trevor
I'm going to call him the pit pew.
Trevor Earhart right now locked into the second place position for playoffs here so far with 2 wins. He may be joined by one of our guys here in the front with Loveland or Caleb Gilbert. But like I said, Caleb Gilbert, I think he's starting to kind of slow down here, or he's trying to kind of pick him off. I'm not sure. You see he's definitely catching up right there. Loveland gets a little loose out of the corner, but Caleb Gilbert just kind of biding his time.
You did say Loveland has already had a win too, though.
Yes, Loveland has a win as well.
So of the top 3, we just need to get Gilbert on the podium. Well, on the winners.
Caleb Gilbert has a win.
Oh,
yeah.
So all 3 of these guys are already locked in.
Yes. This would be just kind of compounding their wins at this point. If one of these 2 guys here in the front, Loveland and Gilbert, that'll be their second win. If either one of these guys have it, the only person other than Robert Rader with 3 wins is Trevor Earhart, and Trevor Earhart has 2 wins. But right now,
our first pit stops.
Here we go. Yep, Caleb Gilbert coming down and leaving James Loveland hanging out to dry out there, and everybody else is probably going to think, all right, if he's pitting, my turn too.
Oh, yeah, Earhart's already down.
Jeremy Burns squealing in. Here he is all the way back right now, banging around here in 4th. He's going to have his hands full, and somebody else who's still staying out there. Nick Alves last pit on 141, so he's going to hang out here probably for another lap or so. But
yeah, he was in 8th when the rest of these guys started coming in.
Yeah, the fall off is pretty intense right now. Nick Alves' last time was a 32.54. His best time's been a 30.8. I probably wouldn't hang out much longer. Nick Alves of the 4-Star Industries team, they're guaranteed they're in his ear now. Gets slowed down just in time for pit, and down he comes. James Loveland, though, still out there. He might be trying the Robert Rader theory here. If he's got enough fuel, try to squeeze an extra couple laps out here. He was already in the lead.
So that he'll have the freshest of fresh tires?
Yeah, but he's coming down pit now, so that's going to do it. Tay McDonald right now hanging in, still out there. He last pit on 141. Adam Bowden in 5th. He pit on 141, and pit stops are happening.
Ha! Looks like your wife's out there. She also says boo on Hamlin's pit crew.
Yeah, he's definitely kind of been ruined by that. But as these guys are coming down pit, I promise these guys we make sure that you guys can see them all. We'll kind of go through see your drivers here at Sim Tracks, and we'll kind of tune into what they're doing out here on the track. Be quiet, and we'll kind of tune back in about maybe 10 laps or so and kind of see how they're doing out here on the track. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back as we're going through the see-through drivers kind of deal here. We're looking here at Justice Murphy, but a caution is out. So that immediately means we got to go back and figure out what in the world happened here and kind of undo what we've seen. Undo what we've seen. What am I talking about? I've got to redo what happened out there and kind of see where the miscommunication was by some of these drivers out here on the track. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Kevin Orlando may have pit, but I think it was a while ago. Let's take a look. Kevin Orlando here in the 27 machine. Let's see what happens. Whoa.
Oh.
Yeah,
Dude.
Blake Cook last pit on 170, obviously with fresher tires. I don't know if Kevin didn't see him.
How can you miss a bright yellow car? Oh my heavens.
Well, what I'm saying is I think Blake Cook had the line here. And you see kind of Kevin Orlando kind of float up. See him rotating up the track?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think Kevin Orlando saw him kind of rotated up the track to get lined up here. And just got wiped out by the number 4 car. And that's a shame. Blake Cook was doing pretty well here tonight, and I don't know how much damage he is kind of collected from that. I guarantee he stopped down pit road, and he's going to give it another shot.
Absolutely. Yeah, he tagged the left hand in the inner wall also.
Yeah, not good. Let's take a little look here at Blake Cook here. Coming out of pit now. 7-second pit stop for him, so it looks like he may have survived. Everything A-OK with him. And let's see how Kevin Orlando's still in one piece.
Okay.
All right, so everybody else seems to kind of get this going on here. Let's rotate.
You would have to have some front-end damage after hitting that outer wall, wouldn't you think?
Maybe. It would look like it was kind of a scrape. He didn't really slam into the wall.
Ah, okay.
So caution is out. Kind of a determination whether guys are going to pit here or not. Trevor Earhart did pit on lap 169. He should have enough fuel to make it to the end here. Definitely with these caution laps, that is going to stretch it out. But we're going to resume our See the Drivers meeting here. Let's take a look at everybody here because the final 25 laps here are really going to be a nail biter for sure, seeing that we're clumped back up. And we'll be right back after we go through our drivers. All right, everybody, we are back getting ready for that next restart. Here we go. Toward the front, Trevor Earhart and James Loveland here toward the front, making it happen. So right now, Caleb Gilbert is really the man to beat here, as he's had the fastest time on the track. Right now, not the best, though. The best held right now by 30.44 of Trevor Earhart, who is now leading the race at this point. 25-lap shootout. Tires are going to matter. How long do you hold out? How long do you push forward and figure out where you need to be to go ahead and secure the win here? Right now, all the guys in the top 3 so far with a win. The one who does not have a win out of the top 5 is Justice Murphy in the number 12. He could really use that win here today. I think he would be kind of really tickled pink if he could go ahead and get it done here and may run the Ryan Newman scheme for the rest of the year, I would assume.
Why not?
All right. Out there in the chat, my fun moderator taking care of those bots. I love it.
Yep, never came up.
Yep, good job so far. All right. And right now, fastest times. I mean, look at this. These guys, look at these last times here. I mean, these are blazing fast speeds. Right now, Trevor Earhart just matched his fastest race here. His fastest time. On that last lap. Trevor Earhart's, I believe, his best lap there was lap 42, I think. So Trevor,
and he's still able to do that kind of speed here with 20 to go. That's good focus.
Yeah, no damage, fresh tires, full tank of fuel. Definitely got to make it happen again. It's just like restarting the beginning of the race. But he's got to be getting tired at this point. We are kind of hammering around over 2 hours of them on the track, not including practice. Justice Murphy is under fire here by Jeremy Burns. Jeremy Burns taking a peek toward that outside, and we saw that outside line work earlier in the race. But everybody kind of almost forgets where they are height-wise here as they dial into turn 1 or coming out of 4. Jeremy Burns sticking to it here. On the outside, Justice Murphy toward the bottom. Travis Gilbert still in the mix back there in 8th. He's another double-wide contender, and the rest of the guys are kind of sticking it. But, whoa, man, watch Ted Wreckage. Here he comes.
Yeah, and John Fike has already been friendly with the wall.
Yeah, a couple of times here, especially on those. So right now, these guys were in that caution that we had, other than the one there with Kevin Orlando. But still good battle here. And really, if there's one thing to happen here, Ted Wreckage is great on the short run. And this may be perfect for him. I just don't know if he's got enough time to fight his way back toward the front, seeing that he's double wide still here with Fike, and he's got Justice Murphy in front of him.
But he is doing a 30.55, which is faster than anybody in front of him.
Yeah, right now, so far so good as we're taking a zip by of the field. And I think, oh boy. Oh, look out! Woo! Man. As we are under caution, him sliding back down the track like that was almost a suicide move, but great driving by all the drivers out there, kind of shuffling around that one. That's going to bring our third unscheduled caution here. Let's take a look at it from up top. Getting close to... Oh, yeah, he's kind of rubbing Fike.
Yeah.
Fike takes the wall. Yeah, and if I'm John Fike, you're turning left. You're trying to get him out of your way at this point to lessen the damage.
Oh.
Yep.
Yes.
But watch Ted Wreckage here when the field comes by.
Oh.
The hard turn. Watch this. Blake Cook. Michael Bennett. Oh, Likens! I tell you what, if there's somebody dodging 90% of the wrecks here tonight, it's Al Likens. That guy is everywhere, and he's had to dodge 90% of these wrecks. Holy
he
cow.
needs to take the Ted Musgrave paint off. It's got me worried.
Well, I don't know. I would probably say keep it on there because Al Likens, in a couple of these races, I know back at Gateway, he got kind of mashed to pieces in the fudge round car. Here, he's actually, he's kind of got that halo over top of him at this point, staying alive. Let's take a ride here with Kenton and watch him, see him roll back down the track. Look at this. Oh, Oh, and he eats the wall. Oh, man. I don't know if that broke a toe link here. Yep, that broke it.
Oh, big time.
Poor Alex Kenton. Oh, God, I hate to see it. Man, great adjustment there by Alex Kenton, but looks like Ted Rekich survives. Ted Rekich, boy, talk about if he is still on the lead lap here with fresh tires in the back in 16th, he could be right now the man with a rocket. He could fly through this field.
I have seen Raider do that.
But right now, everybody pitting on lap 184 except two guys, Logan Romney and Adam Bowden here in the front. Everybody else pit. Squeeze that extra set of tires they saved, and here they are. So we'll see if Bowden and Romney change their mind here and bring it back down into pit.
Kevin Orlando just went in too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Ted Rekich is back down pit as well. Kevin Orlando, Al Likens is still down pit.
Let's go back to our gap, if you would.
Roger that.
Thank you.
Look at you. You are on it. Yeah, I'm wondering if these guys will change their mind here. I'm unsure on the angle. Pace car lights are still on, so we're gonna have a few more laps to get it done here.
I don't know if I'm Bowden and I'm in second place, I'm not leaving the track.
Yeah. What was earlier in the race? I believe Buell, David Buell here in the 52 got in an early accident.
It did.
Yeah, he got in an accident early in the race. Here he is in 12th place right now.
Got two very old school cars right there.
Yeah, a lot of guys. I'm loving these throwback schemes. Everybody looking really good out there. Glad to see a lot of participation for sure.
So I was going to say, a lot of effort put in. That's always appreciated by us viewers.
Oh man, pace car lights are out. They're gonna go ahead and Stella, what do you think about a shootout series here?
I like it.
All right, well, it's going to be you're going to get one. There's no way around it. I would love to see it go green to the end. I think there are a few guys out here with a lot to prove.
Ooh.
Right now.
Number 3, or I should say in 3rd place.
Yep.
There's Justice.
This is his chance. It's nothing against Romney and Bowden, but not having the tires here is going to cost them. And I don't know what it's going to do to the rest of the field. If Justice Murphy can slide by unscathed and jam the 21 in Loveland here, he can run away with it. We saw the speed, what he got out of that the stage win. We know what kind of speed he has.
Yeah. If Loveland comes up and takes and helps push him, there's no question.
But what if I were to tell you Justice Murphy's last pit stop was 9 seconds and everybody else was over 14?
Okay. He
That's
took one side.
Or none at all. I'm hoping he took right sides, tried to tighten the car up here, and he's going to shoot around again. So here we go.
All right.
Green flag is out. Romney in front. So Justice Murphy has already conquered around Bowden here. And the race is on. Look at the stack up here toward the back. All right. Looks like Trevor Earhart breaks away. Bowden trying his best to stay out of the way. Oof. Earhart into the wall.
But Earhart took Loveland.
Yeah, this is going to be really a squeeze here. Logan Romney's got the speed right now. Oh. Man, this is going to be a good shootout here in the front. Right now, Chevrolet's all in the top 5, except Travis Gilbert just got his way into the 5th position, bringing the only Ford to the game. So far, Justice Murphy here toward the top.
How did Caleb Gilbert end up down in... I don't know where.
Yeah, Caleb Gilbert down into the 12th position.
My goodness.
Yeah, definitely kind of fall way back for him.
Something didn't happen on the restart. I think he was up here in 4th or 5th, wasn't he?
Yeah, he passed Alex Kenton for 12th, then passed Ted Rekich for the 11th position, and now he's back down again. So I don't know if something's going on back here with Caleb Gilbert. Definitely, he's got a wrecked race car that's sitting in front of him right now. 40 machine, a little uptight. A 15-second pit stop time for Caleb Gilbert. Now he's trying to figure out how to get through. Yeah, if there's going to be a tumble up, it's going to be right here.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, there's just a lot of moving pieces. But right now, Justice Murphy, here he comes. Takes the lead. Ooh, little bump there by Romney. Rolls out of 2. Sliding. Contacts
Don't do
Romney.
it. Okay.
Romney down into the infield. Comes back up the track. Look out. Yeah, it looked like Justice Murphy tried everything he could to keep it off that wall. Little sliding and nudge into the 11.
Yeah, but now he's got Earhart coming in fast.
Yeah, looking pretty ugly here. Right now, Justice Murphy's praying for a win here. He's got 9 laps to hold him off. Justice Murphy right now in the lead. Like I said, he's got that, he won the stage win here so far. Another bonus point for him, but still no win. He needs to lock himself in. Or otherwise, he may have to depend on that road course. As we know how Justice Murphy is with that road course. 2 tire, if Justice Murphy took 2 tires here, it's not doing too well for him.
No.
Right now, you see him sliding through that tunnel turn, and he's battling that car all over the track. Frustrations you can hear rising out of that number 12 pit crew right now, trying to figure out what in the world they could have done to change this. It's too late now to fix it. Justice Murphy down toward the bottom, Trevor Earhart on the top. James Loveland kind of sitting back in the backfield watching. James Loveland kind of aiming for a place to strike here. Keep in mind, Ted Rekich has battled his way back up to 7th with a lot of damage to that race car. We'll keep an eye here on the front for the battle for the lead. Right now, Justice Murphy trying to see if he can burn up the tires of that 21. But I think Justice Murphy's about to lose the lead here.
He tucked in for 2nd place.
Got a good middle of the turn run here. He's going to push toward the inside. Run Earhart up higher onto the turn. And Loveland's kind of waiting. I'm telling you, Loveland is waiting for his time to strike. Justice Murphy pushes Earhart up the track. Excellent job. I know exactly what that's about. Slow Earhart down. Make him dive way high into that turn where he wanted to be. And now he's got to cut him off.
Oh,
and makes
him.
contact. Here we go. Boy, there's going to be an earful for this one.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, no.
Right now, that 12 car has got to be beside himself at this point. 5 laps to go. We should have 2 once we get back underway. That is absolutely heartbreaking here for Justice Murphy. I don't know. I can't point fingers and say the number 12 may have been the cause of this one. It was a clean pass. It looked like he came up, and I think Earhart tried to give him a little nudge because of the cutoff. Because remember, they were kind of trading blows back and forth here. Coming through turn 1 and 2, he rode him up into the turn.
Yeah, but there's riding him up and there's touching. There's no touching.
Yeah.
Don't give me that rubbing is racing.
A little bump is one thing, but this is not a good look here. So, let me see if I can get us another camera angle here.
Yeah, that one you switched away from, I think, was pretty good.
Yeah, I just don't know if we had a netcode problem here. I don't know, because it looked like they hadn't made connection yet. And I think once Trevor Earhart saw that Justice Murphy's front end was leading, he turned left to go ahead and get him out of the way.
Yeah, what was that camera you used the very first time?
We were in the Michelin Chopper view, but I was having trouble getting connection with Chopper 1.
This is a long race. Maybe he was bingo.
Yeah, looked like he just didn't carry enough speed in front of the 21. 21 had a lot more speed coming off that high side.
Just drove through.
Yep, and 12 got driven through, so that is a bit unfortunate for Mr. Justice Murphy here. Hate to see it. So now Justice Murphy will be starting back here in the 16th position.
Last on the lead lap.
Yeah, he did pit here on 196. I don't know if the tire condition may matter. Seeing he had a 15-second pit stall time. Bowden and Blake Cook came down as well. So it may be an idea, kind of, if he's able to fire his way up toward the front. Right now, I think some of these drivers are going to be a little nervous. They're going to have a pretty uptight number 12 Chevrolet in the back, who's going to be looking to really impose his will at this point. He has got to fight his way back up to the front because the consistency can't stop at this point. He's got to keep charging forward. But charging forward, talking about, speaking of which, Ted Wreckage, with a lot of damage to that race car, battled his way up into 6th. So, I mean, there's still a possibility here. Caleb Gilbert, he's fought his way into 7th. I think he just had a really slow start. Once those tires heated up, that number 40 car kind of turned on and away he went. Yeah, right now the top 3, all these guys have wins. Already on the season, they're already locked in. This will just be improving their spot. So, Jeremy Burns sitting in a podium position right now. And I know Jeremy Burns has been tire conservation 101 here tonight. And he's trying to take his time. And I don't know if this is his time to strike. I know all the viewers out there, they're kind of rooting him on or kind of holding their breath on this one.
I bet. All right, well, talk about shootout. This time we're only going to have 2 laps to go?
Yes, this will be a green-white checkered here. So we'll have a couple of these, and then we'll see what they've got. Right now, these guys right now in the top 3 are really the fastest guys here on the track. Jeremy Burns actually had the fastest time out of all of them. Actually, the fastest time out of the entire top 10. Of the 30.40. We'll take a look at that on the ticker here, a 30.40. Everybody else has gotten pretty close, but not that fast.
Yeah.
Shout out here to Nick Alves, holding a solid top 5 right now. I know Wreckage will have something to say about that, with the speed he was carrying on the field. I'm interested to see what can get pushed there. But like I said, when we cross the line, we're 2. If we get 1 clean lap, white flag, and then it's any man's game after that. Normally, that's when you start seeing the bumper cars come out.
Mm-hmm. Let's not. I don't know how many green and white checkers we have.
Yeah, well, it would be if they wreck under white, it doesn't matter. White flag comes out. So, I mean, if the leaders all wreck and take out the top 10 and 11th wins, it doesn't matter. But if it happens on a green flag lap, they'll do it again, and we'll re-rack them, reset it back to the same amount of laps, and do it again.
Okay.
But pace car hopefully is off for the last time here. Right now, Trevor Earhart, James Loveland, Jeremy Burns.
Geico restart zone.
And away we go. So this is going to move Jeremy Burns with a great start from Trevor Earhart there, giving him a really favorable position here. He's able to move up the track and get a better angle. Right now, all you Jeremy Burns fans out there, I guarantee you're on the edge of your seat because this is going to be the one.
Oh, yeah. They're out there rooting.
Yep, fight into the wall, in the backfield. Battle between Nick Alves and Loveland here as we're coming up to the white flag, but watch Caleb Gilbert in the 40. Caleb Gilbert in the 40 trying to see if he can find a way around here. He's jammed up here by the 24, nudges Nick Alves, and he's pushing him past Loveland. White flag is out. Trevor Earhart still holding toward the front. Does Jeremy Burns have anything for him? He's going to hold it to the floor. Half a lap to go, only 2 turns to get it done. 9 starting to pick up speed, less than a tenth between the 2. Trevor Earhart staring out that rearview mirror, but I think he's going to push it on his way through the turn. If Trevor Earhart can keep it off, he got it. And he wins here at the Simtrax Barrett's Disease Awareness 300 here at Charlotte. Jeremy Burns comes second. James Loveland into third. Nick Alves finally gets a top 5 finish here, and Caleb Gilbert in 5th.
Bridesmaid, but never the bride.
Wow. Almost has. And like I was saying before, Nick Alves, with the amount of consistency here, this has got to be perfect for him. I know he wants a win here, but he goes ahead and conquers a top 5 finish once again. Gives a little nudge there to Trevor Earhart. Not too shabby out of him. Let's stick with Trevor Earhart here, see if he's got any burnouts for us, as he earned it on this one. Good play for the throwback. He will take home $20 here. We'll ask him how he feels about that here in this Throwback Edition series.
One of these days, I want to see a camera of the guys when they're doing this.
Oh, on the inside?
Yes.
Let me see if I can see if we can get a roll around here. Whee!
Oh no, I meant on the fellas, on the driver.
Oh, cockpit-wise, or how his hands are squealing around?
Yeah, I want to see I want to know if they lean.
Oh, no.
In the car.
Oh, no.
In the seat.
All right, we need to start wrangling up our guys here.
Well, they've wrangled themselves right there on the track.
Yeah. Excellent job. This race really choked up to be a good one for sure. Tire Slane Racing had James Loveland and Trevor Earhart in it, so these guys have been working together this entire race.
And we have our 3 podium finishers in the waiting room.
All right. We're going to go ahead and cut away here just a little bit. I want to show everybody the results on the screen of how tonight went. Look at that. Come on. Give me the race results. There we go. Trevor Earhart, our winner here. Jeremy Burns second. James Loveland third. Nick Alves fourth. Caleb Gilbert and Travis Gilbert 5 and 6. Kenton 7th. John Fike 8th. Michael Bennett 9th. Tay McDonald 10th. Blake Cook 11th. Romney came in 12th. Justice Murphy back to 13th. So you saw him battle up. He at least got 3 spots on a couple laps. Bowden 14th. Buell 15th. Wreckage 16th. Grant Thorpe 17th. Orlando into 18th. Al Likens 19th. And Chad Lancaster rounding out our top 20. That rotates us to the back half of the field here, guys. Serkovich 21st. Parker Johnson 22nd. Raider with a terrible incident there 23rd. Jeremy Talley and Kynan Jones did not race here tonight. 201 laps in the books here, ladies and gentlemen. Great racing out of all these drivers here. We're going to go ahead and catch up with our guys here in just a little bit. I gotta find James Loveland. Where is James Loveland? Here he is. All right, let's go ahead and get underway talking to the man who got it done, James Loveland. In the number 02 car, man. Really, you have the luck of Tony Stewart on your side tonight?
Sort of. Just managed to survive 200 laps. I'm glad I did that, but just had a horrible restart at the end there, and it kind of blew my shot to go for a win. But all in all, still a good day.
Yeah, still awesome job, man. You do have a win in the books, and like we were talking before, you know, you were able to kind of hold it out. You won at Dover and come with a third-place finish here tonight. You know, consistency will work well, and if it comes down, you know, you're already locked in. I know this has got to be feeling pretty good here so far, but how'd Charlotte handle for you out there tonight?
The setup was really tight, but I managed to figure it out a little bit and started to do better on the longer runs. My short run speed was not the best, but I also was kind of saving tires. But yeah, really, it was just super tight, but definitely managed my throttle and tried to manage my tires to do the best I could.
All right, man. Is there anything you could have done to kind of turn your luck around here tonight to get that win? I mean, are you just saying it's just a restart? It's kind of what held you back this time?
Yeah, that restart and the restart before that, I believe. I just didn't do good on the takeoff, and I lost track position on both times. So, yeah, I think if I did better on the restarts, I probably would be in Trevor's spot right now.
All right, James Loveland. Before I let you go on your shout-outs here, bud, Nashville Super Speedways next week. How confident you feeling with that concrete track?
Pretty good. I like running that track. Never ran these cars there yet, but should be fun. Should be very racy and very enjoyable. So we'll find out next week, and I look forward to it.
All right, man. Dude, go ahead. Give me your shout-outs.
Yeah, shout out to you guys at the league always, and shout out to the league, Rob, Justice, Nick, Trevor, and for letting me run. I'm really enjoying this. Shout out to our sponsors, Chapman Environmental Services, and I forgot who the sponsor for the races, but shout out to them as well. And yeah.
Yeah,
That would
bud,
be
yeah.
Simtrax Broadcasting.
That's all right. All right, appreciate it, bud, and we'll see you at Nashville.
All right, see you guys.
All right, everybody. James Loveland there coming in third. Of course, now we got to get to the mountain, man. He knows what to do and how to get it done. He got it done. And interesting to see. I want to talk to him kind of what his strategy was here. Jeremy Burns, man, dude, what a wild race this was here. Got you back on camera. I think this is almost a fourth time tonight. If you don't, you better clean up that room, dude.
Yeah, welcome to college.
Oh boy, that better not be your mess. Well,
Moms out there everywhere are cringing right now.
Oh gosh.
well, he's gonna tell you right now that no matter how dirty that room is, he's placing right now in the top 5 so far in these past couple of weeks. Here you are with a second place finish, man. Really, what was the secret to really keeping up here?
Just longevity. It was a really long race. So we had to keep the car clean, and I did that for the most part. And then towards the end there, I knew that there was probably going to be some carnage. And towards the end, I knew that I had to save some of the tire. But yeah, it was just one of those hectic finishes. And I tried giving them something there at the end. It just did not work.
All right, man. Well, taking a look at it, was the restart jump that Trevor Earhart give you just enough to squeak past James Loveland here?
Yeah, I knew that I had to focus on the restart, and I was right on his back bumper as we went. And I think that he spun the tires a little bit because as soon as I got past the start-finish line, I knew that I was going to clear him. And after that, it was just between me and him because the other guys were 2x2, which with the cars here, you just could not get the run that you needed.
All right, man. Well, we did take a peek at you during the race, and you were driving one-handed sometimes after a pit stop. Is it really that easy to control out there?
Yeah, I was just kind of taking a break because, like I said, it's 200 laps here at Charlotte. So you get tired, you have to stretch a little bit. You might see me in the in-car stretching out a little bit because it is endurance, especially in one of these good old office chairs. Your back can get a little bit tight. So yeah, definitely trying to find a break whenever I could, but. Yeah, I was just trying my hardest to stay focused the entire time, but I got to apologize to Jacob. I accidentally took him out under caution because I was messing with my fuel, and it's 100% my fault that I took him out. He had a really good car tonight, and I just feel so bad because he had a really good car tonight and was battling up there with me, and I was looking at my fuel and just accidentally took him out.
Yeah, I was definitely took a shot at that. I wasn't quite sure why Sirkovich did have to take it to the garage, man. But hopefully he'll have another shot here at Nashville as well as you. You will be there too. How confident are you feeling at Nashville?
I actually haven't ever raced at Nashville, so we'll see what we got. I know that I'm pretty confident at the short track, so we'll see what we got. But I know that this number 9 disconnect Chevy Camaro is going to bring a fast piece, and we're going to unload fast and hopefully set a pretty good qualifying time for a short track.
Alrighty, man. But yeah, keep in mind we ain't at the fairgrounds, buddy. We'll be at the Super Speedway, so the big concrete one. So you were going to have a lot of thing to deal with there. I know that it kind of has, I believe it has a tunnel turn through too, and a lot of people drift up on that one. But plenty of practice out of you since you haven't raced there. Team Disconnect has to be super excited to see you come in second here tonight. So go ahead and give me your shout outs and let's get you ready for Nashville.
Yeah, so first I got to shout out Disconnect. I got to shout out Grant Thorpe for making this paint scheme. He did a really amazing job. Got to thank the guys and gals of 604. Got to thank Mom and Pop. They're out there supporting. Got to thank all the family that's supporting. I know Bentley's out there watching again. He's a little young and he likes hearing his name out here, so got to give him a special shout out. But yeah, everyone that made this possible, for everyone who voted tonight for my paint scheme, I really appreciate y'all. And I really cannot say how much gratitude I have towards y'all, because y'all are everything. Y'all are what make the broadcast amazing, along with you, Pat and Stella. Y'all are amazing, and yeah, that's all I got tonight.
All righty.
Well, I'll tell
appreciate it,
you,
bud.
I have something for you. Tonight you had DeSwamp, Debbie Smith, Hunter Orr, ZZ Ilmy, Devin, Coev Burns, Michaela, Christian O'Neill, and Joe all out there helping you get your votes in tonight for your paint scheme. So you might have to take that $20 and buy him a piece of pizza.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to do that. I heard a few of the family members, few of the dorm mates, so definitely got to thank them again, because they're awesome. It wouldn't be possible without them to have that. And, just to see the support it week in, week out is amazing.
All righty. Jeremy Burns here in the number 9 Team Disconnect card. Great job tonight, bud. See you next week.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. There is Jeremy Burns. Seems to be A-OK. I know he's getting ready to shut her down here, but somebody else who didn't quite shut it down until the end right now is our race winner here tonight. Let's see if we can find him in the number 21 car. Trevor Earhart, man, he had that thing going here tonight, Stella. I'm interested to see what he has to say about what this track did for him out there on the track. Let's see, Trevor
He's
Earhart.
wearing the hat.
Yeah, he's wearing the hat now. He's not a Black Rifle Coffee off to the side. He's got it on his head now, just like he is in that winner's circle. Trevor Earhart, talk me through the race here, bud.
Great race. A little bit of a somber in there. First off, I gotta give a huge shout out to Justice Murphy. Had a good strategy there with the 2-tire call, and not a better, not another guy would like to race up front than that. And just a unfortunate racing incident between the two of us. I got called clear low after he drifted up, and it just wasn't as clear as I thought, and got into him and sent him into the wall. So first off, I'd like to apologize to him for that bit of contact. But overall, man, it was a great race. This 21 Sears diehard machine was flying all night long, and thought we were in a little bit of trouble there after that second to last pit stop came out in front of Loveland and Caleb, but lost the lead to them, having to save a little bit of fuel. Fell back to about 2 seconds, and it was going to be a battle between the three of us, I think, had that stayed green, but I was going to be close on fuel, so that caution kind of saved me a little bit there, but felt really good about that race overall.
All right, man. I was gonna say you took one of my questions away. Is that kind of bump and run here with Justice Murphy? And I'll tell you what, man, he was praying for the win here tonight, because he needed that win to get locked in. You are already locked in here, bud, and I believe this is your third win here so far, bud.
Yeah, I think it's the third win of the season, and it's not how I want to win a race. Everybody here races so hard, so clean, especially up at the front, and that's the last thing that I ever wanted to have happen, was to get into him like that. So it's just unfortunate. I know he's trying to fight to get into the playoffs. He's got the speed to be up front every week, and it hurts me a little bit on the inside for that to have happened. But yeah, third win of the season. I mean, we won Daytona, won it, I believe, Chicagoland on the 2-tire call. Won here at Charlotte. I mean, we've won the 2 marquee races of the season, so hey, I'm doing something right, I guess.
Yeah, not too shabby here, bud. You have Nashville next week, though. How confident are you feeling there?
A little bit confident in that one. It's been a little while since I've run there. So we'll see. I don't know, honestly. I'll have to get some practice laps. I've got the momentum going for me right now, so I feel pretty good going into it, but we'll have to wait and see when we get to practice on Tuesday and see what kind of pace we got compared to everybody else.
All right, man, and maybe you can help out Justice Murphy there a little bit when you guys get to the Daytona Roval for the All About Bugs 113, December 7th. I'm probably pretty sure he's going to need you there, bud. How are we looking for the Bikes for Tykes run? Are you going to end up being there Thursday?
Yeah, I'll be there tomorrow night for the Bikes for Tykes. It's a great charity event that we've all been a part of through different leagues over the last couple of years. So it's always great to be a part of that. Always great to donate to that cause and give kids in need a bicycle for Christmas. So definitely looking forward to that event. Get to see some old friends of ours that we haven't seen in a little while. And it's a great event. Looking forward to it.
All right. What kind of driving are we expecting out of these old friends of yours?
That is the $1 million question, Patrick, and I don't have the answer to you. I'm hoping it's cordial. I know there's still a little bit of animosity between the two groups and a couple of drivers, but we're racing for a charity. We're there to have fun. At the end of the day, it's for the kids. So hopefully we can put our differences aside and just go out there and have some fun.
All right, man. I was going to say, from the outside, kind of from this angle, 120 laps in the trucks, it may be for fun, but you want to be the hero at the end of the day.
You want to come, obviously we want Racing Revolution to come out of there with the win, but we want to do it cleanly, so I'll leave it at that.
All right, man. Dude, fantastic job here tonight. I don't see you rocking the Black Rifle coffee machine, so I'm interested to hear your shout-outs here tonight.
Obviously, shout out to you guys up in the booth and Simtrex for the great broadcast every week. Chapman Environmental Services, Butt Kicker, Ultimate Siding and Guttering, all our sponsors, everybody in the league, all the admins for the great racing we put on every week. Obviously, I got to give a shout out to Black Rifle Coffee. You see the hat on the handbrake every week, wearing the hat now that we're in Victory Lane. Shout out to the Earhart group, they're on the side of the car. And then shout out to Grant, did the throwback scheme for me, the Sears Die Hard scheme. Throwback to one of the first paint schemes that I saw when I was a young lad. My dad was working at Sears, and they had a poster of that at one of the stores, and it's one of the first memories of NASCAR that I have, and so that was my throwback scheme for tonight.
Excellent. Dude, I like it when it's got more of a story than just the guy who drove it. All right, man. Fantastic job tonight here, Trevor. Man, I can't wait to see what you got for us in Nashville here, bud.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, and that is Trevor Earhart. He's going to go ahead and get it wound down here for tonight. Definitely a tumble up for him. Stella, what a wild race this was. Really, and kind of boiled down to the last few laps here.
It really did.
Yeah, boy, but so the winners here tonight taking home some money. It'll be Jeremy Burns with $20 there for the best scheme. Great job, everybody out there voting for him. They were able to go ahead and get some of those squeaked through. And Trevor Earhart going to be taking home $20 for winning the race here tonight. I'm interested to see what we have for the Nashville Super Speedway. I see a little money bag next to it. But we'll be joining them next Wednesday, 150 laps for that one, stage break at 45. And hopefully we'll crown a new winner. I'd like to see a couple more guys get locked in. Time is ticking right now. 5 races left to go in the regular season. We will have an off week after Nashville, and that'll be a really crunch time from there. It's definitely a tough schedule beyond that. Tomorrow, guys, you want to join us here back at Simtrax Broadcasting and the Racing Revolution League. I will not be at Coast to Coast. I'll actually be at the Bikes for Tykes run that these guys are hosting. And we'll have a good run there, 120 laps at Iowa in the trucks. Definitely good do there. Check Racing Revolution's Facebook as well. They have a way that you can donate to Bikes for Tykes if you do feel the need and willing to do so. They'll have a link that way you can go ahead and donate there as well. Like I said, during tough times like this, the economy not looking too sharp right now. This will be a great time to see if you can help somebody else out, and it is much appreciated. Here from Simtrax Broadcasting at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, Patrick Morrison here in the booth. Stella joining next to me. We appreciate you joining us here tonight, guys. Be well, be safe, be kind. Bye, guys.